What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Stack Deck. Today, we have what everybody's been waiting for, the most important video that happens every time this happens, and that is the new set legend review. So get ready to cope, get ready to pick and think what you're going to win the best of for, and we will hop right into it. We are going to be reviewing all 9 of the legend packages today. So that is going to be the legend itself, the signature spell, both champion units, as well as, I mean, obviously kind of the color combinations are involved in there. But we're going to hop right into it. But before we do, I want to introduce our co-hosts, starting with... That's your cue, Hydra. That's your cue.
I was hoping someone will take the lead on this time, you know.
You're next, man.
But
You're
am
next.
I still
It's
next?
literally
Am
alphabetical.
I still
It's
next?
always alphabetical.
Is that alphabet? Oh, fair enough. I didn't know that. But anyways, Hydra here. Nothing this time. Been on a hiatus from Riftbound, but we're back. We're back for set 4.
I mean, at the end of each set, like, that always happens. You get, like, what was it? CCS only had, like, 130 people.
Yeah, something like that. So,
like, I think everybody's a little tired of Unleashed. Moving on. Stardust.
You know me. I'm Stardust.
They call him Mr. Triglycerides.
I'm so ready for Vendetta. Like, it's super exciting. You know, yeah, a lot of things are happening. So yeah, that's me.
My turn. Okay, I'm Zedro.
We've done this before, guys. What is
I know,
happening?
typical. It's just I don't know.
told you. I
I'm excited, I guess, for Vendetta. I guess as much as you can be. Not really, but
Not really, dude. It looks pretty good.
nothing changes. Nothing changes in my
Really?
Nothing
talk
changes.
about
Nothing ever happens. All right,
Yeah,
we're gonna hop
absolutely.
right into it.
No.
Yes.
We're gonna hop right into it, starting alphabetically with Akali, and starting with the legend. We're gonna do legend, signature, and then the again chosen champions. So we have already spoken a little bit about these cards, or at least some of these cards, not all of them, in some of our prior like reveal reviews. But I know I have been testing, and a lot of people have been testing, and we definitely have a little bit more information on them. So our opinions, at least mine, my opinions have changed quite a bit. So we're going to start with Akali. This is a red-green legend, the first of our enemy color pairs. Empower for 3 energy and a power. You can empower her, and then she becomes empowered for the rest of the game unless something interacts with empowered. And then her ability is action. At action speed, you can exhaust her, and if it's your turn, you can move a friendly unit in a showdown to base. And if your legend is empowered, ready it. So, Zedril, I know that my opinion on Akali has changed, but I know that your opinion on Akali has also changed. You want to talk about how you feel about Akali?
Yeah, I was a little bit more excited about the color combination because I think having Defies and Starcross in the same deck is not Starcross. Defies and Falling Stars. That's obviously going to be busted. I mean, there's still obviously a lot of interesting combinations with the color combinations, but ultimately, I'm just not that interested. I think moving around units back and the effort you have to do to actually, get value, it's just not worth it. I can just play Aurelia.
So I know that your original opinion was you can move in with a unit, they have to waste like a pump spell or something, and then you can move the unit back, and like you're getting cards out of their hand. Like, I don't think that was ever really worth it, but like because you're
I mean,
kinda...
I still think that's a viable threat, but like ultimately you lack if you're playing like a mid-range strategy and you have decks like Ezreal in the meta that, and also your mid-range strategy can it beat a Yi holding a battlefield +2 might? Like you're doing all these tricks and you can still build boards, but I think it's just too slow enough to do what it wants to do. And the 3 mana to empower it, it's very expensive still. And we can talk about the infinite combos and stuff like that. The infinite energy stuff. That's still viable, but I'm not saying the deck is bad. That's fundamentally. I mean, there's other bad decks like, AK Shen. But I think the deck is nowhere near S or A. Maybe high B. I'll give it a high B tier. It's still gonna win. It's still gonna be top 54. It has cool interaction, but I don't think it's gonna like ever win a like go top 8. Maybe top 16, maybe top 32, but you know, no top 8.
Hydra, what do you think?
Look, all I'm gonna say is remember that one Yasuo that went, that top 16 that one time. All about movement. So I don't know. I guess as part of my hiatus, I'm probably the least informed from all four of us. But I think apart from her, you're probably wasting a turn trying to empower your Akali at some point, anyways. Her signature spells, I would say, for one cost. I mean, that's definitely a worse one cost spell for sure. I don't know. Like, I think the best part about this Akali is probably her chosen champion, at least the red one. And in combination, I guess you're supposed to use it with the shuriken plus the moving back, whatever the case it is. You probably kill a unit. Whatever the case it is, you can probably ready it with a red spell and do it again. I'm saying, this is kind of remind me of like the Kazakhs where no one believed in it and it was just Aurora. And I think it's going to be a solid deck. I think there's definitely a lot of tricks you can pull off that are not regarding, the infinite combo or, I don't know, using the Fallen Star repeatedly or having that in hand, whatever the case it is. I think there's more to it. I don't know if I'll experiment with it, but I think there's going to be more to it. I think, I don't know, it might surprise. I think that's what I'll say. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's like a high B tier. That's what I'll say.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Stardust, what do you think?
Yeah, so I think what we said earlier stands with the kit being very versatile, doing a lot of things. Like, you can hit things in the back line, you draw, move in and out. You have combat tricks. So it's very versatile. And I think for last set, when we were looking at it, I'm like, wow, if this was in this set, this would be like nuts, right? But I think as of right now, especially with all the new stuff being tested, all the legends kind of having like pretty nutty stuff, I would say that this kind of falls off in power. I think in the last set, it might have been really good. In this set, in Vendetta set, maybe not so much. I think I would have to agree. I'm gonna give it probably a B tier as well.
Okay, so I'm a lot lower on this legend than the three of you. I don't know. I don't think that Akali is terrible. I don't think she's very good. I think that like red green is like aggro, early, mid range, but you have to waste an entire turn empowering and de-ramp for the power to get the empowerment on the legend. And the infinite combo, for those who don't know what we're talking about from like an infinite combo standpoint, you have the Stellacorn or a Jhin, a stun card, and then the card where it says when I attack, ready a unit. You have two of those. You can stun a unit at a battlefield. You can attack with those, ready a unit. They bounce back harmlessly, and then you can, I don't know, like basically like climb the triangle with like the three of those and get infinite card draw, infinite energy. It folds to like a million things. Having infinite card draw, having infinite energy outside of Lux doesn't really do anything because that has like the built-in card draw and like the blue and the yellow. But like I look at Akali and I see like an early game deck that has to waste time early empowering, and then the legend ability. I think that it is so restrictive that unless somebody finds a way to use it without like trying to break it, it just honestly it seems very not useful insofar as you can save a unit, but unless you have some form of backup, they're probably going to get a hold point. So like you're saving your unit, but you're not really getting anything out of it. So I'm like low B on Akali, and we can expand upon that when we talk about her signature spell, which I do think is the best part of her kit. So for 1 and a power, you have Shuriken Flip, which is do 2 to up to 1 enemy unit at a battlefield, then move a friendly unit. And it has a flow cost of 3 energy and a power, which means you can play it from your trash for its flow cost, and then you banish it. I think that this card is very good, but for the entirety of Akali's kit, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, why is this so restrictive? Because the fact that it is like not action speed, I think makes this card like not very good. Obviously having flow is nice, but the fact that this is slow speed means that like its use is very limited. And I think a lot of the Vendetta cards that we're seeing are kind of slow speed. And I think one of the reasons for that is they didn't want to put anything with flow as like action or reaction. And I think that that is really damaging to a lot of these cards. So I don't know. I think that obviously getting to move is nice. I don't think that this card's very good.
Yeah. I think all units are going to be pretty mighty now. Like to have the combo of Akali plus the Shuriken, it's 8 most damage. I mean, that's a lot for I don't know. And the flow is 3 cost, power 1 power. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not ganking with this in a showdown, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like telegraphed.
It's...
Like what happens if you Shuriken flip into something? They use a spell and you use your action ability, but like I don't know, if somebody disciplines their unit, they have +2 for the rest of the turn, right? And then the showdown's over and they heal from the Shuriken flip damage.
It's just not good enough, and especially with everything else that's coming out.
Okay, that's a hard disagree on me. It's a ride the wind on your turn. It's a set signature spell that will normally at least kill a 2-drop. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many. Dude, it's a movement ability in a color combination where there's no movement ability. Red and green don't have this movement ability. Just by that nature of that, I think it's a powerful spell. But that's crazy. It's crazy that maybe I'm delusional, but I think the card really. It's actually better than you think because 2-drops exist everywhere. Like they're not. I don't know. It's like 2 damage to the face. You will kill something. I don't know. But.
Yeah. I mean,
but at that point, I would rather just, I don't know, play a discipline and draw a card instead.
Yeah, but for 1.
I mean,
and a power.
I don't know.
And a power.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think you're playing this deck to like go late, right? I think that's kind of
no,
you're. Point. And it's kind of like if you go turn 2, put a 2-drop out, and then you Shuriken flip, then you get a Conquer plus a hold.
I'm so okay if you do that because you just deramped yourself to kill one of my 2-drops. You're right. I don't care.
Yeah, like, no. But I mean, people use charms. Like you can use it as a charm. You can it's a conquer. No. But I'm saying like you're comfortable deramping yourself if it gives you tempo, and if you're playing a tempo, like it fits the strategy. I'm not saying
if you're playing this and Falling Star.
I
don't be like Renekton level of runes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this compares to charm because charm you can do so much. You can charm it off the battlefield to conquer. You can kill something with the charm, right? It literally is like Falling Star times ability. Like you guarantee a kill.
Charm also breaks you.
Yeah, like this is like it's action speed. It's not action speed. It's just not good enough. I deal 2. I don't know. Move 1 guy in.
I mean, it's like an early game play. I think that's. I mean, sure you can use it for other things, and you can also like. I mean. It doesn't seem to. Does it restrict you to move to that battlefield itself?
No, it's a battlefield.
No, it just says move a unit.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
so you can move it. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely more playability. I don't think it's awful as you think.
Okay.
So I think this leads us pretty comfortably into the champion units because, all right, let's just look at Red Akali. 3 energy, 0 power. It has the ability Empower for 2 and a red, and when I move, you may deal 1 to a unit at a battlefield I moved to or from. If I'm empowered, deal 2 instead. And if she is empowered, she gets +1. And ultimately, I'm going to make this point with the green Akali too. First off, I think having a 3-drop is very nice, very fun. But like, my biggest problem with the entirety of Akali's kit is like, it's never like you're gonna either need a second unit or you're gonna end up stranded, right? So if I'm playing the Akali unit and I move in, I do a damage. Let's say I can use my legend ability, I can retreat her, I can do a damage. If my legend ability is empowered, I'm moving back in, I do a damage. Okay, that's a lot of work to trade with anything that's more than 3 might. Yeah. Right? And on top of all that, once Akali is there, she's gonna die. She's just gonna die. Like 100%, she's gonna die, right? Like neither of the Akali units are good at holding battlefields, right? Because and we'll talk about it with green Akali too. But like if you're moving to or from, you said it yourself. Green doesn't have movement. What are you gonna Emperor's Divide to ping something on the way
That's
out?
right.
Congratulations, you did
Yeah.
1 damage, and now it heals at the end of the showdown. Like conquering battlefields has never been hard in this game, right? Like it's I mean that's not necessarily true, but my point is defending is a lot harder than conquering. And like what's going to happen is you're going to conquer with Akali, and then that unit it's just going to be sitting there, and then it's going to die, and then what, right? Like what's going to happen then? So like I think that Red Akali is probably pretty good as like a 2-drop, but then you have to empower it, so it kind of almost has a power because it's 3, right? So it is going to get over a 2-drop, but at that point the 1 damage like didn't even matter, and if they disciplined, cool, now you trade.
This
So
goes in the B. Yeah. It's just
yeah,
not good.
that was a lot from me, Zedril. What are your thoughts?
Bro, cards are fine. I think the units are actually pretty okay. If for the strategy they want to do, if we're gonna play what they're doing, like you have an option to play red or green Akali in Battlefield. I think the green one's actually relatively strong, because you can play it and not get targeted, which is really important, which is really what matters in a lot of positions. It's a 4 for 6, which isn't bad. De-ramps you a little bit, but if you're playing Jin, Seals maybe, you probably don't play Seals, but you play Jin and other energy combos, you're playing low to the ground, they're overstated. These are overstated units. I don't know. There's a lot more upside. I think you guys, I don't know. I feel like
Okay,
you're underestimating like a 1 mana
Pause.
ping. Like that's a lot.
Pause.
That's it.
I
Well,
fundamentally disagree that green Akali. So let's just talk about green Akali. 4 energy and a green power. I can't be chosen by enemy spells and abilities unless I'm in combat. When I move to a battlefield, give me +2 this turn. That is not a 6-might unit. That is a 4-might unit. That is going to get run over.
with
Again,
disciplines,
because, like,
with disciplines, when you're walking in,
you
like
move
no,
in.
yeah, but she okay.
It
But
gets +2.
okay, can we agree? Can we agree that she's when you drop her, she's safe from anything. Nothing can target her.
Yeah. Until she moves into a battlefield, and then
You have disciplines and defies.
okay, cool. And then what?
Tell me what natural what can beat 6 might naturally in this game outside like PNGE easily, and even then they do normally trade in that position.
No. Again, ultimately, like my point is, cool. You're gonna get the conquer, and then it's stuck there as a 4-might unit
Yeah, but you have
that you
signature
spent a
spells that
power
move.
on. No, but okay, cool. Like you move it. Like that's cool. You can get like a double conquer, but then it's just at a battlefield. It's just at a battlefield as a 4-might unit that, especially if you're signature spelling, you have spent 2 energy on.
I think
You've spent
I'm just
you have spent 5 energy and 2 power on this, which is a 4-might unit at a battlefield.
and it trades up and it kills. It will trade up and it'll probably beat any unit there. So you're up resources and you have mana in the back line and there's other signatures. Like I'm not like still putting arguing this. Like that's fine, but you're crazy. Like let the rest of the commentators. Let's see what they say.
What do you think, Hydra? What do you think, Hydra?
I think you're zoning in too much in like specific examples or like specific scenarios. But
What is this game if not a bunch of specific scenarios?
Sure, but there's like you can consider 1,000 scenarios in that, and you're pointing out like the one where it's like it's gonna get stuck in the holding position, right?
But
I'm
in
just saying,
every Akali scenario, they're stuck on the battlefield because everything about Akali has you moving away from it. But if you move away from it, you can't conquer. So if there's a way to play Akali where you can go in, out, and then you have another unit that comes in and conquers once you've killed stuff with Akali, bless up, right? Like that's fantastic. But that's always going to require one more unit.
you're right, and that's where like all the rest of the scenarios can play out. Which if you kill their one unit and they have no units, then you can hold for the point anyways, right? I'm just saying that there's more to it than just saying like this unit's stuck there, it's bad.
Yeah, and also like you're telling me that unit moves up, becomes a 6/6 might, use a signature spell, move to the other battlefield, becomes an 8 might, 2 damage to that battlefield. It's gonna break it one way or another. Like there's only so much might that other than PNG, even Master Yi will have a difficult time dealing with an 8 might unit because moving from one battlefield to the other with access to disciplined, on guards, or whatever other signature spells. So like This is not like a tiny unit. This is not a tiny unit. This is like an overstated unit.
Okay.
Look,
Stardust.
yeah.
I think
Finish.
I
hold
think
on.
so.
Finish
I
up.
think
No,
there's
Go. Let him go. Let him go.
I think there's merit for both sides. I think that this is a power creep unit for sure. It's a unit that's
Oh,
like
it's so bad, bro. It's so
Well,
bad.
hold on. So like the fact that it can't be targeted at all, so that means it will always get value, right? So then like it'll always get value, and it's going in for a 6, so it'll at least trade for like 1, right? If you're doing it, and then it has potential with the shuriken flip. So like you move in, you move out, and then you move back in, right? So that's already 8, and then you shuriken flip, so then it's 10. I mean, that's not bad. But here's the thing. I think the stats on the card is really good, and I think that it's a good card. I think that, however, compared to other legends that we're going to talk about, it's going to be missing a couple of tools. Yeah, I think it's good, but I think it's missing some tools.
We'll see. I don't think it's very good, but I think all right. So looking at the Akali package, I think everybody else has it in B. I have it in C. I think that Akali is not very good, but that's gonna be something. All right, we'll move on to Ambessa. So Ambessa, orange, yellow, matriarch war legend that says when you empower something else, empower me, and then has the ability to disempower, pay a power. really empowering yourself at that point. And then exhaustor to ready a unit. So make a break on it. I've done a little bit of Ambessa testing. I've also seen Sam Sherman has done some Ambessa testing. I think that before Kayle was revealed, I thought that this legend was terrible. Now that Kayle has been revealed, I am higher on this legend, especially because so it's not just Kayle, but it's also Visions. So Kayle is you can empower her 3 times, and then once you've empowered her 3 times, she gets ganking and deflect, and she gets extra power. But point is, it's a dump, right? And I think when Ambessa was revealed, we didn't have empowered dumps, and that's what I was really afraid of. The thing that I think is really, really good in this deck, and the reason that I'm actually high in Ambessa now, is there's a card called Visions or Tools of Empire. 4 energy for a gear. You tap it, you give something +2. If it's empowered, and it only costs 2 energy to empower, if you tap it, it gives something +4. So you can tap something, give it +4. It's empowered, so Ambessa's empowered. You can disempower Ambessa, ready something. You ready something that you gave +4, and it's a better Akali. Crazy how that works. But point is, I actually think that now that we've seen more cards that are just like 2 energy and power, Ambessa's looking a lot better. Where are you guys at with this? Dig aside.
Stardust can go first.
Sure. I think originally, so the concept of the Ambessa is really good, and then testing kind of showed like there weren't enough empower units to make synergy work and stuff like that. But definitely Kayle, right? Not only Kayle, but a couple more of the empower units definitely made the deck look a lot stronger. There's definitely a lot to do in terms of making a good Ambessa deck, but there's a lot of stats. Not only a lot of stats, but a lot of abilities that have really insane effects that we know is insane, right? Like things that can't be targeted, can't be dealt damage. One has an immediate kill effect, right? And Ambessa just has like the ready unit effect, and its signature spell is really good too, right? It has a kill a unit, right? That's really good. It could be anywhere. I think that the deck is coming together. It has a lot of tools. I think it just needs the right person to put the tools together. With that being said, I think the deck's going to be good. I'm going to give it an
A. Okay. Yeah, go.
Where you at? Where you at on this side, Joe?
Hydra. Yeah, it's flowing like water is what I'm hearing from Stardust.
Listen, it's like water, brother. What can you say?
But no, it does seem like a really good deck overall. I played against it a few times, and obviously when you combine the Ambessa plus the the battlefield that your empower costs 1 less or something like that.
Costs 1 or a power less.
One or a power less. It definitely becomes a problem, especially if you can't get rid of the units. The kill's a whole different problem too if you let her be on the field for a while. But overall, I mean, I mean, raiding a unit is, I mean, it's like a free Lucian at that point, really, and you can choose whatever you're raiding. Most of the deck runs on empowering anything, so you're always going to be using your Ambessa. So there's definitely a lot of combo pieces to go with this, and you know, as far as now that we're seeing it, like you said, it has a lot of potential for sure. So I'm not gonna rate it yet since we're not going through the whole package, you know. But yeah, but I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm liking where this deck is going for sure.
Oh wait, so okay, we're doing individuals or
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Can I give my
Yeah,
hot
we're
take?
going one by one. We're going
Yeah.
by Well, I mean,
Oh.
let's talk. What's your hot take?
Oh,
Oh,
Let's
I
just
just
get it
think
out of the way. We're kind of talking about the whole package.
This unit is like overrated. Like no tomorrow. It's actually kind of insane that people are hyping this up. It reminds me exactly like
Hold on,
Vex.
pause. Are we talking
Yeah.
about the legend or are we
Yeah,
talking
oh yeah,
about
yeah. I'm
more-
talking about everything, but I'm talking about the legend. Like you're doing too much. This you can play Aurelia. Why are you doing
Oh.
this? Too much work.
yeah,
Too much
Oh,
work.
my
Aurelia
God.
player in house.
Okay,
Don't be
I
wrong.
will say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I do think it's an easier requirement than other empowered decks, like some other characters like Mel. And you will probably use it, but it deramps you a lot. This I don't know this color combination just you run them out of resources, game's over. So
Yeah.
so
I will
that's my
say
problem.
you also have to play potentially bad cards that have the ability to be empowered, like the thing that makes a 3 might mech. Like, because if at a certain point it's like a vanilla legend, right? If you don't have anything, or if you've already empowered everything, you're a vanilla legend in like bad colors, right? So like you have to play bad cards like the, well, I don't know if making a mech a turn is bad, but it costs a power to play and it's 4 energy. So like at a certain point you might not get use of your legend ability if they like kill your kayle or something, right? But like my biggest concern is at a certain point if you run out of like empowerment, you just have like a blank legend, right?
Yeah.
Which I mean I guess is like maybe what can be said.
I mean, at
like,
that point the
problem
game's
is-
over.
Yeah, but not all legends are like that, right? Because then at least maybe you're in like a better color combination, or if there's like a static ability. So let's look at the signature spell, Public Execution. Choose a friendly unit, kill an enemy unit with less might than it for 2 energy and 1 power. It also has flow cost of 5 energy and 2 power, and it is slow speed. So the obvious comparison here is Challenge, but I think that this is better than Challenge because never in my life have I ever played Challenge at like action speed. Like,
Really?
that's not really like a thing that like most people do, I would say, because then you're damaging the unit. All right, obviously never in my life. Most of the time, I don't think that you're playing it for action speed. And then it has an insane flow cost, but I don't know. You get to play from the graveyard. I think that this is very good. I think that this spell is very, very, very good.
Well, okay, I'll join. Since I will say this, I actually think Ambessa has one of the strongest signatures. Like, you know how like packages have to be like powered level, like
Synergistic.
yeah. Oh no, no.
Oh, yeah.
There's a power level that you have to
The
creep.
power
like,
budget has to
yeah,
be
yeah.
appropriate. Yeah.
I think this probably has like, I don't know, the units, the signature spell.
I will agree with that, especially because we have some very egregious examples later where that is not necessarily the case.
Yeah. I think it's a solid 6 or 7, like almost all. Even the legend, which I'm not that impressed by. It's still like a 5. So 5 or 4, you know. But the rest of the cards, the signature spells, like obviously a 7 and 8. The units are good. I don't know. Just terrible color combination. But yeah, continue.
Atrocious color combination. Hydra, do you have any thoughts on the signature spell? I feel like it's just a good card.
Yeah, no, I mean, killing anything's good.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm a
you
little
can
worried about the
choose.
flow cost,
Um,
but just having flow is a benefit because I don't think that you lose much by not being able to play this at action speed, given my experience with Challenge. So,
well, I mean, I think it would like make it kind of broken because you would just like move in with like, let's say like an Ambessa or like something that's like 10, then you would kill
because
something.
it doesn't do damage. to
Yeah,
you like
exactly.
Challenge.
Yeah, so I think that would make it broken.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. But the only thing is that deals with assault, which I guess technically Yellow Ambessa has. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think that's maybe like a little narrow.
Well, I mean, you know, we're talking about
But it would be
orange.
better. It would be better.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
would be better. Yeah.
Orange has plenty of buffs too, so you know,
Yeah.
there's no might shortage in
Yeah.
the deck
Problems.
like
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, the flow cost is like expensive, but you get to choose, I guess, at some point.
It's also nice to have. You just
Yeah,
have it, right?
yeah.
Flow is just like, yeah, because it's a signature spell, so it's already pretty strong.
Yeah.
I definitely think that there are other cards with flow that they made weaker to put flow on it, but like 2 energy and a power, this is good. This is good. Any thoughts, Stardust?
Yeah, I think it's insane. I mean, I think this is the best. Like, this is like a better charm, better challenge, better everything, right? Like, you just can't go wrong with this. You choose the enemy unit, and it like dies.
It dies.
Because
It
like
dies.
Point at it, and
because
it
challenge
dies.
because a lot of times when you challenge, you try to challenge something, and then your unit they outmight it, they reduce might. Like this goes around
Yeah.
that specific interaction
Yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
there's no downside, and there's only upside. And the best part is that, like, look, this is you can do it twice. Like, yeah, it's 5 low, but that's literally an extra
All you
kill
need
for
sometimes.
free. Yeah, you get to kill another thing for free, and late game, like, that's a free kill again. So I mean, I think that's insane, right? And like, you'll have
Yeah.
multiple of these. Like, you have like 6 kill spells almost in the deck.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're spending a lot, but I mean, it's a free kill.
Definitely.
And
the
it's
strongest part of
and the
kit.
craziest part is that it's anywhere, right? It
Yeah.
gets
Yeah,
around
yeah,
Mel, right?
100%.
It gets around Mel, gets around all that stuff. It gets around Ambessa's. Like, if you're a mirror match, that's the card you mulligan for, right?
It's not damage.
It's
It's
not
just
damage.
kill.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It
it's just
kills.
kill. Yeah.
Killing at anywhere on the battlefield or anywhere
That's
in base,
insane.
like, that's just insane.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Yeah.
No.
We have spent a lot of time talking about the Orange Ambessa legend, or the Orange Ambessa unit. 4 energy, 0 power, for 4 might, and power for 3 energy and a power, orange power. Empowered, I have +3 might and can't be dealt damage unless I'm in combat. I'm actually lower on this unit than I was earlier, simply because, and like this kind of goes back to my whole Akali point, is you run in, you kill something, and then it's just gonna die next turn. That's it. I don't know. And then you spend 7 energy and a power. Like the whole not being able to be dealt, like I think that's gonna be a huge problem for some decks. But like I don't know, like you Watcher or something. I don't know. But like I think that it's a good card, and I definitely think it's the chosen legend that you play. But I'm lower on this unit now because like it just dies.
I think I don't think it's even close to Akali. Like, this gets that permanent 3. This gets that permanent 3 buff, right? So it's not that
Same
plus 2 that-
concept though. Is my point. I
don't think so.
in Ambessa. Okay.
I don't think so, because a
Okay,
7
wait,
might.
sorry. The question: what does Cole mean by this? I'm confused. I'm also
I
confused.
think
What do you
I
mean, like-
understand. Hold on. I think
Yeah.
I understand. He's saying that this just dies because once you move in, it loses its like, it's vulnerable again, which I completely disagree, because that +3 sticks, right? And it can't be dealt damage unless it's in combat. So even if it's at a battlefield, it still stays. Combat has to happen. So this is infinitely better
I
than
understand that.
Akali.
I understand that, and like I get the point. When I say it just dies, what I mean is, so for 7 energy and a power, you get a Watcher, right? Which can be accelerated because same might, same energy cost, right? Obviously they're split up, so it's a little bit different. But like, I don't know. Like you're gonna move in, you're definitely gonna win whatever the heck combat you're doing to conquer, and then once that happens, it's just kind of just sitting there, and then it's probably just gonna die. Like that's my point.
Probably.
That's where I'm getting at, because
This is
I
as
can
good
only
as
be
it
dealt
gets.
damage in combat is fundamentally different from I can only be dealt damage by other units, right? If I move into a combat and I Wages of Pain it, right, it can be dealt damage, right?
Yeah, but then
like
it's
sure
still
I can't
trades.
singularity it. Oh yeah, sure, but like then I don't know. My point is I feel like it just kind of dies, and so I'm a little bit lower on this unit. What do you think, Hydra?
I don't get that point. I don't know, but
Okay,
I don't
okay.
but
we'll see.
but,
We'll
but,
see.
you know,
We'll see.
I think it's just a good unit. It's a good body. Even if you don't empower it immediately, you could choose to do it. I guess if it gets killed at some point, do like Call of the Week or something, whatever. But you can choose to empower it a turn later, 2 turns later, whatever the case it is. So, but I think overall, like the stats on it, I think they're good. I think again, like you said, once it moves in, it's most likely gonna conquer if it's empowered. So, and then with the Ambessa, if you have any other units or you have anything else, you can obviously move it back. So it won't just be holding and dying. But yeah, I think it's a good unit. I think it's a good unit.
Pretty good. Good out. That's a card you hit.
We have spent a lot of time talking about this in one of our other casts, so we don't need to spend too much time on it.
Yeah, we're not.
My turn. I gotta say my piece.
All right.
I think. Well, can we talk about both units? I think the other Ambessa is just better. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
it's a 3-mic unit.
Yeah. Go over the yellow Ambessa then.
Yellow Ambessa, 5 energy for 5 might. It can be empowered for 1 and 2 yellow. When it is empowered, she has Assault 2. And when it is empowered, when I attack, kill an enemy unit here with less might than me.
Yeah, I think that's. I think that unit's just more impactful than that Ambessa. I mean, the regular Ambessa is just like a normal 7-mic unit.
Just a unit that
Just 7 might
dies.
unit. Well, no, I mean, okay, well, okay. I at least I'll defend. I'll defend your point because I think what you're simply saying is like, and ultimately it's just a stat stick, and stat sticks are, they with prevalence of purple and other
Outside of
decks.
PGE,
It
just dies.
I agree. I mean, you're talking to the choir here. I agree, but I mean, so it's still a good body. I mean, every orange deck will probably run it. That's just the reality.
No,
of it.
100%.
Yeah, but I mean, outside, is it something unique and special that like makes me want to play Ambessa more? Not really. Like the other Ambessa does, but not this one. This one's like okay, but I think you play it in the champion pool just because it comes out immediately into 4/4. You can play for second. Yeah. So there's a lot of upside for that, but it's a fine unit. The package is okay, I guess. Can I rate the package now? Am I allowed to say?
Yeah, you can
the
rate
score.
the package.
What?
I mean,
Yeah.
do you guys have any other thoughts on Yellow Ambessa? I just think she's too expensive for what she does.
It's a side deck.
I think that anytime an empower cost on a unit is too much, that's really bad because I'm just going to start crossed it.
Yeah, but you're doing that. Ambessa's 3 and Yellow's 1 and Burn 2. With that logic.
My point is like the double yellow cost is like very heavy to me in a deck that cannot afford to play seals. What were you going to say, Hydra?
Well, so if you can empower it that same turn, let's say, are you going to... Well, actually,
you're going down 3 energy at that point.
I get that, and I get that. I mean, there's obviously things you sometimes have to do. All right, you play decks that you have no units, and you could care less. So there's a different thing
this
here.
doesn't matter to me.
Exactly. But like, if there's a scenario where you do that, and let's say you star cross it when it's showdown, right? I mean, you still have to kill your unit. So if it has less might, I don't know.
I star cross the unit and the Ambessa. I don't lose anything, and it's a bewitching spirit, so I'll just play it again.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
But there's scenarios. I mean, you're obviously. I mean, chaos. It sucks to play against chaos for that specific reason.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But if you're going against like another orange or like a holding deck,
or even PNGE, you go against Yi.
Sure, even Yi. Like there's people that can't do anything about it. Like you're gonna have a good time. But yeah, it is probably a side deck option though, for sure. So I agree on that. But yeah,
maybe you swap like LeBlanc.
Yeah.
So what do we think of Ambessa? I'm giving her a B. I'm higher on Ambessa than Akali.
I think it's like a low A for me. I think it's on the A tier.
Zidro?
It's a C, but that's just my hot take. That's what I really want to say. This is actually, like I said, I mentioned the Vex. I think this is as ridiculous as the Vex call. I actually don't think this is. I think the meta is actually would become taller, not taller, but more. Ezreal's popular, and Ezreal had the field day with this card.
Yeah.
Kai'Sa becomes more relevant because the Aurora matchup becomes less problematic. Purple is becoming more powerful because they care less about the. Oh no, man! This deck just this is whatever. It's just a stat number, and ultimately, if you kill their units and run them out of resources, they'll lose the game. And you know who doesn't do that? Sat. and Sat is significantly stronger than whatever
Yes,
wacky color
infinitely.
That's
combination.
fair.
Infinitely.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So it is a C tier deck. Some guy will master it, like Colin in his set deck, but this is like overrated. Like it will beat decks because it has enough might. But I don't know. Like yeah, I saw cross your stuff all day, so or rebuke it or whatever. Cool, bro. You lose the game, anyways. But that's just my hot take.
All
Yeah.
right. So moving on, we are going to Jayce, and I, I'm gonna get on my soapbox a little bit. All people have talked about is Kennen. I think that Jayce is S tier. I think that this deck, or I think that this legend is genuinely insane, specifically because of one interaction, and that interaction is the legend ability and the egg. And the egg, I forget exactly what the name of the card is, but the egg is a mana rock where when it's empowered, it taps for 2. And so what you can do with this is it comes in exhausted. You can tap 1 and use the legend ability to ready it, and then you tap it and you empower it. And from the next turn on, you tap it for 2, you use Jayce's ability to untap it, you tap it again, you are netting 3 energy every single turn. And that's only with 1 egg. If you have more than 1 egg, and it pays for Jayce's Empower because you're probably running seals in this deck. Obviously everybody's looking at turn 2 Aurora slop with Jayce,
Yeah.
but I genuinely think that this deck is insane if you can get the engine going. Obviously it turbo dies to Melt a Beam, but you can turn any 2-drop because the Poro bot, if you have 3 gear, it draws you a card. Obviously it kind of sucks to play it early, but if you play that, again, I've talked about Visions of Empire. You can pay for Visions of Empire for free with your egg. You're given anything +4. You untap the egg and the visions. You're giving your 2-drop. You're turning your 2-drop into a 10 might unit that is going to be able to run over anything with a double +4 for Visions of Empires. I think that the nonsense that you can get away with this deck is genuinely phenomenal. And that's not I've been playing Swain in this deck, believe it or not. And Swain, I've been scoring extra points on Swain because it's really easy to meet the conditions of Swain, and you can ready it with the acceleration gate. So this legend has really amazing colors and a really good signature spell. The 2 worst chosen champions I've ever seen in my freaking life. But if you play the blue and you sack a gold and you can play out one of your Visions or Tools of Empire earlier or your egg earlier, I think that this deck is insane. Insane. All right, let me real quickly, let me read what it says, and then I'll shut up for the rest of the time. Because so Defender of Tomorrow, orange, blue, tap 1 and exhaust it to ready a gear. It empowers for 2 energy and 2 power, and if it's empowered, you tap 1 and energy and you exhaust it, you ready 2 gear. This deck is broken. This deck is so broken. Somebody else talk, because I'm just going to keep talking about how good it is. I've been playing this deck so much online. This deck is broken. Someone stop me.
All right, Cedro.
I don't know. I actually think Aurora is a lot weaker than it used to be. So because of purple having a lot more efficient tools to remove gear hate. So I think Aurora fundamentally, I still think it'll be part of the meta, and I think you're always going to have slots, mandatory slots to try to counter it. But purple will still be dominant, and red and Draven, some of the meta changes I think we're going to Draven, red decks getting access to proper gear hate. I think we'll make this. I don't know. I do think there's wacky combinations. I think getting readying up to four runes or readying units or readying gears is a very powerful ability. I'm not into this type of wacky scenario. I think you are. That's more for you, Cole. But I think there's a lot of potential outside of Aurora. Then I do agree with you fundamentally. This deck will be underexplored because of Aurora. But I think the stronger, the same way Kha'Zix was underexplored, and because people didn't think that Aurora with the slop was correct, I think this deck will have high potential. Because the signature spell is good. I do agree. The ready units, I don't know, man. I'm not too much work for me.
Dude, this is actually insane in Aurora for a couple reasons. One, you can play Garbage Grabber, right? Garbage Grabber. You tap 1, you recycle 3 cards from your graveyard, you get to draw a card. That is insane. Purple has to use Last Rites to recycle their stuff. Poppy has to use Forge of the Future, which doesn't really even do anything for you other than recycle and makes a unit when it comes in, but you get to draw a card with Garbage Grabber. This deck, even in the Aurora version, is insane because the thing about purple-orange decks is they have this giga hyper consistency idea with stuff like Stack Deck and stuff like Lunar Boon, but like outside of Stack Deck, Lunar Boon, and Scryer's Bloom, which to be fair is 9 cards. I've been playing around with Aurora at the end of Unleashed because I'm like kind of bored, and playing Ezreal at locals, it just feels like I'm kicking a child in the head. I don't know, it's not fun. But like I've been playing Aurora, and like purple orange Aurora feels so bad because literally half the time you just don't hit your stuff. If you're playing Jayce Aurora, like you, in a weird way, not being able to play things like Stack Deck and Scryer's Bloom and Lunar Boon actually makes your deck better, because then you have to play cards that let you survive the early game. Because the thing is, even if you kill all of the Auroras, you can play things like Inspiring Engineer, which lets you get the Aurora back from your graveyard, right? It costs a power. You're probably playing Seals. And you can play that Aurora because you're netting, again, like 6 energy a turn with stuff like the eggs. I'm telling you, even in an Aurora deck, like it's not just I can only play Aurora and that's it, right? You're playing the egg, you're playing the Seals. I cannot stress enough. Like I think that this deck, even in an Aurora, is insanely good. Clearly, you guys don't have as much experience with this deck as I have.
Yeah,
I have been
pretty much,
testing
yeah.
it a
Well,
lot,
you
and I've been
start us.
playing
Well, you
against
start
it a
us.
lot. But like, this deck is so good.
It's not.
Oh my god!
So don't get me wrong. Wait, hold on. Don't get me wrong. Like,
crazy.
you can definitely like get your Aurora out
Whatever.
pretty quick
Whatever, man.
with it. But here's the thing: like the consistency of a deck is a very important thing, right? And so purple has explored like the maximum efficiency you can have with the deck out, and then
And it's still bad. It hasn't won anything.
exactly. So that's the point. You can make it super consistent and it still not be good enough to rule the meta. That's what I think about Aurora Jayce. It's got consistency, it's got early game, and early game isn't that big of a deal because look, Aurora has like access to Gus and stuff like that, like now, right? And that's early game, right? So I mean,
actually, I
You're
have a
missing
question.
my point.
No, actually, I have a question for you, Stardust. Do you think Aurora Demon are going to be viable in the next set with the
dude, it's not even close. There's so much gear hate, and it's already used now. The amount of gear hate we have now is already like a big thing.
I agree. But so my question for you is then: do you think Jayce, normal Jayce without Aurora, is viable? That's what I'm thinking about it.
No, it's so like it's kind of like a roundabout way to do what Ezreal already kind of does. Like you're spending a lot, you're doing a lot, you're drawing, you're doing here and there, but nothing just screams like, oh, this is gonna be, good. It's nothing that we haven't seen already. That's if you're not going Aurora, you're still going gear, and there's an infinite gear hate already, and it's just another thing in your side deck that you're like, okay, I'll throw in already. So I mean,
Okay, we'll see.
we'll see.
Let's talk about the package. Signature.
No
I'm
spell,
giving it a C.
signature spell, 3 energy and a power acceleration gate, ready up to 4 units, gears, and/or runes. Obviously, you're never going to want to use it this way, but if you float an energy, technically you can go 1 energy positive on this. Terrible idea.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do it. Again, weirdly good with Swain. Swain, low-key not a meme in this deck because you could ready Swain and you play. I don't know. Like it's not bad. It's not bad. I'll tell you, it's not bad. I think that dude, this deck is just, I don't know. It's really good. Acceleration Gate is, I don't want to say a non-bow. Yeah, it's kind of a non-bow with Aurora. But if you're playing it with like any of your gear being ready, allowing you to do like extra like conquering and whatnot, like I do think that this is a card that screams broken, but we don't know how it's broken and is just going to end up being very good until I think a later set. All right. The 2 legends, we have blue Jayce, 6 energy and blue power. When you play, or for 6 might, when you play me or the first time you play non-token gear each turn, you may ready something besides me that's exhausted. I'm just gonna say right away, like I think that you play the blue Jayce, the 4 energy Jayce that was used in the armory combo, because I think that both of these champion units are just terrible. I think that they're terrible. Like the entirety of Vendetta screams to me, holy crap, everything that we made in the past was completely broken. So now we're going to make everything hyper restrictive so that like things aren't as broken. And I think that because of that, they've just printed a lot of terrible units. I think that Blue Jayce is bad. It costs a power. It's not like very well statted. And I think that Orange Jayce is bad because it costs a power and like it has to be readied. And like at least it's kind of overstated.
I mean,
Well, like,
yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good unit. That's a pretty
bad
good
in the
unit.
deck or bad in general?
Bad in the deck.
Okay.
We're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
in the
yeah,
deck
yeah.
right
Okay,
now.
cool, yeah,
We're
yeah.
talking about in the deck right now. I think that, yeah. So, I mean, do you guys have any thoughts on Blue Jays? I just think it's bad.
Maybe
It's not that good, no.
No, I mean, I don't see a point in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then Orange Jace, 4 energy and a power for 5 might. So it is overstated. When I become ready, choose 1 to give me this turn. Assault 2, deflect 2, or ganking. So importantly, it's not pick 1 that hasn't been picked. So you can do multiple assaults if you want to. I don't know necessarily why, because you probably have to ready it multiple times.
Yeah.
Because you would have already wanted to give it ganking. I think it really sucks that this costs a power. I understand why it costs a power, but I think it really sucks that this costs a power because then you don't really have like a good turn 2 play. And I ultimately think that the Jayces or the Jayce decks, I think that this deck will get played not in Jayce, and I think that the Jayce decks that exist now don't want either of these legends. Just truthfully. I think that you want to cheat your gear out with Blue Jayce. What is it? Spirit Forge Blue Jayce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Spirit
no.
Forge.
So
Spirit
this
Forge
this unit's not that good. Yeah. Let's just move on to the next one.
All right, where's Jayce?
I don't know why we spend like 5
Jayce,
minutes talking about one thing that is just like.
Jayce is S tier. Jayce is S tier. That's my soapbox.
You actually don't see any. I see it. I don't know, bro. I think the color combination.
I see the vision, man. This color combination is nuts. This color combination is freaking insane, right? Like, whatever happens, we'll see. But like, I had to be on my soapbox. I have Jayce at S. Where you guys have Jayce?
I say B, but I
C.
say B.
I'm kind of with the B. I don't know. I think I would have to test them out and see what the hype is about here from Cole.
Yeah, he's like
All
more
right.
excited. Like he's like.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
His deck is
average it out.
All right,
Hey,
moving
I
on.
will say, one comment, then we're done. I will say this: he was right about Israel. So this weird control stuff with blue stuff, like fun. That thing has won a tournament.
It's
or
won,
won
like,
a tournament?
It's won like
What?
every single showdown series.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah. So hey, I agree. I think don't get me wrong. Sorry, I actually do agree. All this Aura garbage is not that good, but whatever. I think there's a line outside of Aurora, and I do think this deck has potential. That's what I'll say. And he's been right about blue being strong.
But the thing is, the one thing I just can't get over is that gear hate is a staple in every deck, right? And we have now 10 slots of side deck.
Yeah,
right?
but how much gear hate do you gonna have realistically? Like, you know what I'm saying?
A lot, right?
Like how many?
well,
How many in your
depends.
decks?
It depends. Like,
Yeah.
does the threat of gear hate eliminate Aurora, or does
No.
actual gear hate eliminate Aurora?
You
think
dedicate two to three slots. Yeah, you dedicate.
I mean,
2 to 3
look,
slots
it
every game.
eliminated Aurora, right? But whatever it is, Aurora doesn't exist in top 8 anymore.
Well,
There's no
I think we'll
that's the
see.
truth.
I mean, Ollie got YOLO Swag 420.
Yeah.
Got top 8, and then
Yeah, but like,
so like
you
within
see what I'm saying?
Unleashed, like
The
Aurora has gone to
representation-
top 8.
Yeah,
Like,
but the
top
representation
8 in
versus
Pittsburgh,
like the
too.
actual getting to top 8 is just it's disproportional. It's just not a good enough. Every deck has gear hate. You have 10 in your side now. Like, you're definitely having gear hate. It's just
Yeah.
another thing you added anyways for Aurora.
Yeah, but you dedicate like 2 or 3 slots. But I mean, you don't dedicate more than that.
But we have 10 slots now.
Yeah, how much do you dedicate on that?
You do
We
like,
had we had 8, and it already wasn't doing good. Now we have 10, so you're saying that we're gonna dedicate more? No,
that's
it's
a
just
different,
no.
that's a different argument.
Okay,
that's a different argument.
okay, sure,
All right,
sure,
all right.
sure,
We
yeah,
can, we
yeah.
can
all
move
right,
on.
all
We
right,
can
all
move
right.
on.
Let's move on for the sake of brevity.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, brevity, huh?
Yeah. All right. So next up, we have probably the most hyped legend in the set. We have yellow purple in Kennen, Heart of the Tempest. When you play a card from anywhere other than your hand, empower me, and then action, disempower me, exhaust me, give a unit assault 2 this turn. I don't want to talk first because I'll spend like 20 minutes talking about this deck.
I mean,
no,
Stardust.
Hydra. Give it Hydra. No, Hydra.
Hydra.
You go,
Hydra,
Hydra.
Definitely
where
give
you
it
at?
to the worst one, but I don't know. I mean, I think he's gonna be a problem, not because of Kennen itself, but because of Fizz. I wanted Fizz banned. That was my call on that. But when it comes to the thing, I mean, obviously Kennen, there's gonna be a lot of burn that you have within your deck. You know, a lot of discard, a lot of getting rid of your own cards. So this is the empowerment's gonna happen. I want to say, I mean, every turn. And even then, I don't think most people are playing it for the assault too, because overall that's kind of like the meh part of the deck. If it was just, you know, Fizz was banned and like there was less print for playing from your trash, I would probably say this is a lower tier legend. But I think I don't know. I think overall, I think it's good because of the package, not because of the legend itself. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh my god.
And the legend. I mean, the legend. You can just store the legend, right? You can just
you store it. Use it anytime.
Okay. And you use it whenever. Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah,
it's good enough.
It's okay. Yeah. I mean, most of the time I forget the legend because it's irrelevant to the gameplay.
No, you guys are crazy. You guys are okay. So so here's the thing. And I like back on my soapbox. I hate this deck. I hate this deck. And I hate this deck with a passion. And the reason that I hate this deck with a passion is because when everybody heard about yellow purple, everybody was always like, "Oh, I'm going to be able to Fizz call, right? I'm going to be able to hook Nocturne. I have 36 stacked decks. Like literally, like if this was just a blank yellow purple legend, that would be good. But the fact that they gave it the ability to give something assault 2 is genuinely insulting because the deck didn't need it, right? It's a combo deck that gets better at combat. Like I promise you, in the games that I've played, this assault 2 is way more relevant than you're thinking, right? Because like you're playing, I promise you, I played against
I think what we're arguing. I'm just saying, the assault does not matter because the way they're winning is not through assault. Okay, they're winning because of other combinations of problems.
But assault, no. But
it's
assault,
a bonus. Yeah, it's a bonus. It's cool.
No. It lets you stabilize. It lets you stabilize early. It lets you stabilize early, right? If you're playing stuff like Forge of the Future to recycle anything, right? That gets you a unit. Guess what happens when you have a 1/1 recruit and you turn into a 3/1 recruit? Now you're trading with 2-drops. Now you're preventing your opponent from getting additional hold points or making them spend resources. Like I'm telling you, this assault is way, way, way more relevant than you think it is because it allows them to stabilize early in a way where they haven't been able to stabilize early before.
Interesting.
Like I promise you that it is way more relevant than you think. Right, and if they're playing that one purple 2-drop where you can, when it attacks, you can burn, and it lets you give it +1 if you burn. You do that, you have a 2 might 5-drop.
Yeah, I mean, but realistically speaking, how often are you using this? I don't know.
I'm telling you. So like the thing about Kennen is you have 3 stacked decks, 3 Kennen signature spells, 3 Fizz. And then the Kennen ability, so you're up to 16 stacked decks. The deck is going to be the most consistent thing that we have ever seen in the entire game. The only question is, is what they want to do good enough to win the game? Because if it is, like, you have the consistency to basically do it every single game. That's the question behind Kennen. And again, having Assault 2 lets you stabilize in a way that I just think is so unnecessary for the deck.
I think
Kevin, I'm not speaking Mandarin, and if I was, you'd be able to understand it. But you look so confused right now, man.
No, it's not Mandarin. I think it's the top tables. When I hear, talk of like the lower tables.
Okay. All right.
Okay. No, in actuality though, no. I think the main point is that, like what Zedro said, is the game plan is one, right? Like the game plan is to fill the board and be super consistent. Like, you already have 30 units on board. The Assault 2 early game, like...
What do you mean you have
Just-
30 units on board? What Kennen deck are you playing to have 30 units
Oh,
on
are
no,
you
board?
no,
not
they're-
playing the good
they're-
one?
There's different. Well, actually, I'll say Baron's.
There's a
strong.
bunch of different ones. There's
I
a
like
bunch
the
of
Baron
different
one
ones.
more.
There's one relevant one.
No, Baron's relevant. Baron has good. The TCG guys like it. Other people like it. Baron's good.
We'll see. Maybe. We'll see.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, I have something cooking. I don't know. Maybe I'm overcooking. Maybe I'm undercooking. But it's the game plan is the game plan, and the assault is usually it's usually for huh? Yeah. What's
I
up?
have a question. Did this beat Draven? I don't think it beats Draven, right?
I think
Miracle Draven?
we'll see. Well, we'll see. I think we can talk about it. I maybe not right now because
Sure.
I haven't. I had preliminary testing. I think it's very good. I think it's very consistent, and I think the +2. Maybe I don't know. I don't see it with what it looks like, but hey, maybe it's good. I don't know.
Okay, I'll finish my thoughts on. I mean, I think we're talking about everything, I guess, or just a legend. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's cool. You have it. You don't have it. You're not gonna win the game because of it. It's good enough.
Thank you.
That's it. That's it. But going back to the actual units, and the obviously this is one of the most powerful cards ever created. For the signature spell.
Yes.
It is disgusting. You have way too much access to consistency. You can fuel your Razas. You can fuel your spells for your fizzes. It is a
Yes.
disgusting card. It is a truly disgusting card.
And it's got flow. It's got flow.
Yeah, exactly. So
Got
yeah,
flow.
it's just it's a mean card. This card, this something will be nerfed from this deck. I will say.
I will put money that something is getting banned in.
It's
in the
so
deck.
consistent that if it's good enough, they have to ban it because you're going to be able to get it like every game.
Yeah,
It-
but the
that's
difference
the
is
thing.
I think that there's I think LeBlanc probably beats this deck up pretty easily. Do they have enough?
I don't know. Well, here, how about this? We'll see. There's not enough data for us to go by,
Yeah.
Sure.
so yeah, we'll just see. But I think this is firmly a S+++ tier.
You
This
think
is
it's better
the Miracle
than
Draven?
No.
This is the Miracle Draven. Okay, all right. You know, after this,
It's an S tier. It's an S tier
Oh,
deck.
no.
I'm not. It's
We'll
an S tier
run
deck.
some
It's
games. I don't
an
know.
S
We'll
tier
see.
deck. It's an S tier deck. I'm not denying it.
It's an
But
S+++. I think this is
No.
maybe on Miracle Draven. Consistency, board filling, damage, like everything.
Yeah, but then they draw cards. Like the reason Draven was so busted is because like
You don't need to
ran
draw.
resource.
Go,
You know
go.
why? Because you got flow. You got flow, dude. You got fizz. You got flow. You don't need draw.
All right.
That's
the
all
best
right,
part.
all right, Yeah.
You
Your
got
burn
flow, you
is your
got
draw.
fit,
Burning
dude.
is your draw, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
telling you.
burning is the
It's
draw.
great.
Yeah.
It doesn't say.
All right. Let's talk about the champion units. Let's talk about the champion units.
S+.
So you have purple Kennen,
S+.
3 energy and a power. Shut up. For 4 might. When you play me, burn 2. When I conquer,
That's
give a
false.
spell on your trash flow equal to its
Plus.
cost this turn.
That's false.
Obviously, it costs a power, which sucks, but it is 4 might. I don't know. You're gonna play this one because the yellow one basically has nothing to do with.
Uh,
What are you
F.
talking about? What are you
F.
talking about?
F.
There you
All
go.
right, all right.
There you
Not
go.
in the
Got-
deck.
All right.
Yeah,
Yellow
no.
Kennen.
Yellow Kennen's more consistent. Like it's generally more consistent.
Oh
Doesn't
my
burn you
God.
mana, and it's dude. Look at the might. Like what? That's crazy. Whatever.
It's a great well, it's good,
All right.
but
Yellow Kennen.
it's not good.
3 energy, 2 might. When you play me or when I attack, it has hidden. When you play because it comes out of the bushes and stuns you and blows you up like in top lane. When you play me or I attack, you may pay 2 energy to stun a unit. When there's a stunned enemy unit here, I have +2. So yeah, that card's terrible. And Kennen, it's
Wait. You're telling me that's bad, but the reason why a lot of decks are playing what's your name, Yellow Vi, is the same stats cheaper. And
No.
what are you smoking?
Vi has
Oh
ambush,
my
bro.
God.
Vi has
What are you
ambush.
talking about?
That is the most insane
Yeah.
combination. Like,
What?
What are you?
Has the attack
smoking,
on
bro?
stun and attack on stun. It can be played from hidden for free. So it's a
Yeah.
it's a
Okay.
it's a
Hidden
4 might
is
swing for
worse.
free.
Hidden is
What?
worse than ambush. Hidden is worse than ambush.
By far.
Yeah, but when it's in your legend, you can play it consistently for a 2-drop that doesn't burn any mana, and then you can attack into a battlefield and almost always win because you're playing 4 versus a stun unit. How is this bad?
You know, the only thing about this is this does make your legend ability better because then it becomes a 6 might unit.
Yeah,
because
true.
I'm telling you the assault is relevant.
Yeah,
Sure,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But like that unit itself, like that is not a tiny unit. That is like, actually makes it better. Thank you for making that point. It's a 6 might unit studying
Yeah.
studying any board. Like that, how is that not busted?
It's good because it conquers one time, but it's kind of the same thing. Akali is a good stat unit.
Oh,
Yeah, wait, verified.
guys.
We're verified. Okay, do you play the other? Do you play the other one?
The green one, right? The green one.
No, the purple. You playing the
Yeah.
purple one in your
We're talking
legend?
about
you play,
Oh,
you
yeah,
play the purple
100%.
one. Yeah, you play the purple one.
The purple is
Yeah.
so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess
Dude,
we're looking at
it's
different
good.
decks.
Well,
man.
it's
Yeah.
it's a worse Akali, no?
What,
Alright.
the yellow?
All right.
Yeah.
That was good.
I was like, it's a better.
I think that
was
the
like, it's
thing
better.
about Kennen,
Hmm.
I think that the thing about Kennen is I don't think that we know what the best Kennen build is because there's a million different Kennen builds, and I think that we're all
There's-
kind of talking.
There's one that's a lot better than the other.
Okay.
There is one.
Is it the Baron one or not the Baron one?
No, he doesn't like the
Alright.
Baron one.
I mean, we'll see.
Exactly.
He likes
exactly.
Miracle
That's
Slav.
what I'm saying.
He likes
That's what
Miracle
I'm
Slav.
saying.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. All right. We'll see. All right. So, ranking.
Kennen's S tier.
Yeah.
Kennen's S tier.
Okay. Cool.
I don't
Plus
think that
plus
we have.
plus tier.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't go that
Plus,
far.
plus, plus.
Plus
Alright.
tier.
Moving on. We have Mel. Blue purple. When you empower something else, empower me. And then it has the ability to disempower me, exhaust me, give a unit a battlefield, -2 this turn. I'm just gonna address the elephant in the room. This kit has the worst power budget balance I've ever seen. The signature spell is like maybe the best card ever printed. The Mel
It's
Legend.
the best card ever printed. Yeah.
And the Mel Legend is maybe the worst. I'm just gonna skip right to the signature spell.
Yeah.
So, rebuttal, 1 energy and a power. Reaction, choose a spell with energy cost no more than 4. You may pay an energy if you do gain control of it, and you may make new choices for it. Otherwise, counter it. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's insane.
it's like
Yeah. You play for it. You play that. That's enough power, dude. Defies the most played card in the game. I'm pretty confident is the most busted card in the game.
yeah, I think
fundamentally.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
This is just a better Defy. And if you
Yeah.
don't play this card, like I don't know. Tell me wrong. Diana and Ezreal have better, obviously, legend abilities. But you
Yeah.
having access to Punch First or Defiant Dance in a heavy combat net, like or Ride the Wind, when they try to ride the wind and you counter their Ride the Wind, you score. There's so much wacky stuff that can happen with this card.
Yes.
This I don't know. It's obviously like a beer. I mean, it is one of the strongest color combinations in the game, so maybe even an A. I don't know. This card single handedly can just steal games, and that's the point that I like about this card. It legitimately will win games that you should not be winning, and that is and that's the problem. So, obviously the legend is complete unplayable. That's super difficult.
What are you talking about, man?
Oh wow! I have to empower something to empower me to give me -2. Awesome. Who cares? You have the best of 5 printed, so I don't care. So someone's gonna play this and someone's gonna win a lot of games because they have the ultimate Defy in the stick. It does not have the power restrictions. AK Punch First. A 10 might swing. A 10 might swing with Punch First. Insane.
I will also say, like, let's just talk about the champion units real quick. Genuinely, I think that everything outside of rebuttal is horrendous. So, champion unit 4 and a blue for blue Mel for 4 might. When you play me, draw 1, empower 3 energy. When she is empowered, your spells and abilities can't be countered. If a spell or ability you control would give minus might to a unit, it gives an additional -1. So, obviously, it cycles. That's nice. Things not being able to be countered. That's nice. Costs a lot. And like outside of Stupefy, people aren't really running things that target give -might because Watcher doesn't target. Mask of Regret turns into something that gives -2. And I know a lot of people really slept on the list. So maybe there's some crazy like the list shenanigans that you can do in this deck, right? Like, but I don't know, -2 is often enough for what you
Yeah.
need to do. And obviously spending 7 energy and a power to get an additional. I mean, things not being able to be countered is nice. I don't know. I think that you run this one as compared to Purple Mel, because I think Purple Mel is atrocious. But I do think that outside of rebuttal, the rest of Mel's kit is bad.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're fundamentally, you have stacked decks, you have filtering. You're not gonna play her first. Who cares? You're gonna play.
You're not gonna play for first.
Yeah, you're gonna play her. Like, you get to play her whenever you want. Let me wrong. I think it's like a 5 out of 3, like 10 out of, let's say like 10 out of
5 out of 3. 5 out of 3 is the best card ever.
No. But I'm saying it's playable. But again, we're not playing her. Like, I think the unit's good enough. That's good enough. Like, you play it eventually when you want to. It draws you a
You
card.
play it
that's
to
good enough.
cycle. Yeah, you play it when you're setting up. It just like, because the
You have to
legend
find.
is just,
But you have to find the stick. Doesn't matter. You have the
but
best.
the
to find
legend
franchise.
is so
Who cares?
bad.
You have the best to find the stick. Doesn't matter. You have the best card
And-
in the stick.
Now that we have all of the cards, like, I don't even think that there's enough empowerment that you want to pay in blue purple
Yeah.
to use this legend ability more than a handful of times a game. Like, this card is, oh, all right. Purple Mel,
Bro.
empower. Discard a spell. When I become empowered, banish an enemy unit at a battlefield with 3 might or less. It costs 5 energy for 4 might.
So bad.
Notably, it does not disempower it when you use it, so
Yeah.
it's not repeatable in power. We go back to the whole Ambessa thing. At least Ambessa has the ability to repeatedly empower with stuff like Kayle. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
I don't know.
This card is terrible.
Who made? Yeah.
Obviously, you want to discard a flow card, but like, this card is terrible. Stardust, where are you at with Mel?
Not good. There's nothing else to say about it. Next.
Rate it real quick.
All right.
I don't know
Overall,
we're not gonna waste time on it.
D
It's not gonna
tier.
see
D
play.
tier. Okay.
Oh, the
No,
deck.
Wait. No. The
Minimum.
deck will see play. The deck will see play.
Deck is
deck-
minimum a B tier. Minimum a B tier. I think
think
that
the
you
deck is
see
good.
some form of like tempo Mel in the way that Ezreal used to be like tempo, where you have like, I mean, combat tricks are really hard to do against Mel, right? And then having blue Mel sit in the back while you're messing around does make it so that your spells can't be countered, and that would be pretty good, right? So you throw a bunch of Ravenbloom students, a bunch of Plundering Poros, a bunch of stack decks, and like Watchers. I could see it. But
Why are you just not playing control? Just play control. What? Screw tempo. Just play control. What are you doing? Play Ezreal. Literally do what Ezreal's doing, but with no legend. But you have Action Defy.
I don't think
Yes.
no, I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good.
Yes,
As
it
somebody
is.
As somebody with 10,000 hours on Backpack Ezreal, I don't think that you play. I don't think that you play the deck without the draw from Ezreal.
People are
That's
doing
true.
it with Pike. People are doing it with Pike. People
That's
are
a
doing it with
completely
Pike.
different build.
No,
because
but
Pike has
Yes,
Pike's
has
very
gold
different.
generation. Yeah, well, has gold generation, but I'm saying like you don't need the consistency of the card. You don't need card draw if you kill enough stuff. Look, this. Am I the only one hyping this Defy, like this ultimate Defy? Like,
No,
dude,
it's
No.
amazing. It's amazing. It's the best card in the game. But
Yeah, but that's good enough. Like that literally is just good enough.
it's good enough to play. It's good enough to play. I have no question about that.
Anyways, okay. Where do you
Okay.
rank the Stardust?
I honestly, I don't know. I think this is the filter of this set. I don't think it's good enough to be a top. Well, actually, it's good enough to be a top deck, but I don't think it's good enough to be like a force to be reckoned with. I think it's going to be like probably B tier.
Elijah, what you got?
Yeah. Just
It doesn't have enough. I don't know. The
Like
legend's not good enough.
yeah. It's like a low B tier. I don't know. I don't know whoever made Purple Mel. I'm not sure what they were doing with that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
They
don't
have
know.
to- They have to make it weak. They have to make this
the
card.
bad stuff.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had
exactly.
to. They had. Okay. Yeah.
Dude.
I don't want that. I don't want that though. I would rather like an even spread like Ambessa than something like this.
Yeah.
but that's never gonna
100%.
see play. Who cares? I'd rather this
But
will
also,
see play.
like-
This will see
But
play.
like, bro, like compare this to Aurelia. Insane legend, insane signature spell, insane green champion unit. They dialed back Vendetta like crazy. This set is very weak, in my opinion. This set is very weak, in my opinion. All right. I think Mel's B tier just because of the signature spell. All right.
Yeah.
Nasus. Blue-green, Curator of the Sands. When you play a unit, gear, or activated ability with energy cost 7 or more, you may exhaust meter ready up to 2 runes. Hydra, take it away.
Man, I hate this deck, but no, I've been playing it a lot. I don't think you ever use. Oh, okay. Well, we're going legend first. Legend first. There's
Let's just
actually.
talk.
Can we do
Yeah,
the
let's just go through all
Yeah,
of them.
just
There's
wanna
no
do the
reason.
whole thing?
There's,
Oh, okay,
you can't
okay.
look at just one aspect. You got to look at the whole.
Let's just
set.
talk about the package.
Alright, sure. Overall,
We have them all up on the screen. Let's just talk about it.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, all right. That changes the editing style, but sure. Overall, I think it's playable. I'll say it's playable. I do, again, the signature spell thing. I hate that it's not an action or anything like that too. It's I don't know. It's like using it in your turn. I just feel so bad because you get a run, sure. Like use it like turn 2 or whatever. But you know, if it gets, I mean, I guess if it gets the fight or whatever or counter, you don't lose anything. But then you don't get the run, so you just kind of wasted your mana. I don't know. There's only so many high-end good units you can play, and it's if you go against any aggro deck, it's really hard to really win a match, in my opinion. So like if you play against a Rek'Sai or like a Darius or something like that just swarms you immediately, you're probably gonna lose the game. Yeah. The legend ability, like it's. I don't know. Like it's good obviously because you're only playing those high tier level units, but at the same time, if you have 10 runes, play something for 7. Now you have 5. It's like okay, what can I play with 5 mana? And it's usually not a lot of good things. If you play something at 7 and then you have 2 up, okay, I guess you have the 5 mana up or not so fast, whatever the case you want to use. Or if you can use a charm at that point, it's probably the best opportunity to use it, even if you run charms. But I don't know. I think the deck's playable. I don't think it's good. So that's where I'll leave it at. And then I guess the green Nasus, I hate that unit. I don't think I've ever empowered him once in my whole life trying to play this unit. So yeah, I don't know if it gets. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know if there's anything to ready a unit in green or blue, but that might be something to look at. But other than that, I don't like the deck. All right,
Okay.
go for it. I see you. Go for it.
I'm getting back on my soapbox for a second.
All right.
This deck mathematically does not make sense. Let me explain. So if you go first, you have 2 runes.
Yep.
Right? Next turn, you have 4.
Yep.
You can't use your signature spell because your opponent, except for the one instance where they play sneaky deckhand, you cannot use your signature spell to ramp. So you are going to 6 the next turn anyway. Right? If you play green or if you play blue Nasus, like on turn 2, you go down to 4 runes, so you channel up to 6, right? If you're second and you play like or whatever, right? But like the point is like nothing in the deck synergizes with the legend ability, right? Because by the time that you can play your signature spell and your opponent has a unit that you can target with the signature, like it is not ramp. It is a 7 damage spell. That's it. Do not think of this as ramp. It is a 7 damage spell. The problem is, outside of Find Your Center, which honestly you're probably going to be playing for 1 most of the time anyway, because you're about to lose the freaking game. Like, what are you doing to ramp in blue? Like, I hate this deck.
Hold on.
I hate this deck.
Wait.
Can I say
Dude,
something?
okay, yeah. Sure.
I want to say that was very astute of you to think of that because I did the math the same and I was like, this doesn't make sense. But here's the thing, this and if this, I'm okay. This might sound
Get real close.
ridiculous.
Get real close.
Here it is. I think you always go second with this deck. Even if you win Dice Roll, you always go second. I think that's the only way the math works. Because going first, they play turn 2. Going second, you Siphon Strike. Going first, you get 3 runes. You play Find Your Center. You play 3 of.
Yeah.
So then going second, you play the Siphon Strike. I think you always go second playing this deck. I said it. I said it.
Interesting. Oh,
And
do you
then,
like
and
the
then going
package?
second, you always have access to your Nasus. That's all I'm saying. I'm
Do
telling
you
you.
like the, do you like the package?
think
Do you like
this
the
is-
package?
I don't like the package. I think it's a little slow, but I think if you are gonna play this, you go second. You intentionally go second. So every single time your opponent always wants to go first, you always go second. So you always go favorably the way you want.
Are there enough things in the deck
Yes.
that you can
Yes.
play
Yes.
for 2 to 3 energy that you can make
Stupefy,
use
not
of
so
the legend
fast,
ability?
disciplines, defies. Yeah, you have options.
So I think not
you
so
have
fast
that one
to defy.
cost. You have that one cost 0 might.
Bro,
It's
the
defy.
the power or alpha whatever
Scuttle
the hell
crab.
it is, no, Scuttle Crab. You
Oh,
you
no,
better
it's a-
I better not see you playing this Scuttle
Crab.
Crab in the
Dude, I
deck,
will
man.
punch you. I will assault you. I will attack you,
He's
bro.
gonna commit assault on you, dude.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Anyways, before you make me go crazy, because you have nothing to do. Okay. Anyway, before you continue, look, I think this deck has a lot more viability than you're at. Look, find your center, and playing that bird, that big bird that lets
I
you.
love
play
Find Your
7
Center.
Yeah, but playing that, what's that bird called? Like
Yeah, the heron.
The heron,
Heron,
Starlight
yeah,
Heron.
Yeah.
it lets you play a 4-might unit pretty consistently. You can play like a 4-might unit, reduce the cost, do something else. You have access to disciplines. You have access to defies, not so fast. I don't know. And also the decks that are actually very difficult to play against. The new green hate card that does 4 might to any unit and anywhere is actually very powerful, because the decks are like that they're gonna try to bully, you're gonna rush you. I mean, obviously Victor or some token deck, but
unit.
red deck specifically, you can side those cards in and start wiping them out with for 1 mana, do 4 damage to any unit anywhere in the battlefield.
Yeah.
Or no, anywhere in base or battlefield. So
Yeah.
I think you have the tools to actually go tall. I agree. Yes, your legend ability is completely irrelevant for 2 to 3 turns, but your game plan is to go high anyway. So I don't know. I think Find Your Center and I think Siphon Strike is actually viable, because all you need to do is just clear a battlefield to make sure they don't hold and get you on tempo and they're on off even points. So I don't know. There's a lot more potential with this. Also, the bird is really powerful. That lets you just ready 2 runes when it's placed in a battlefield.
The heron.
The heron's really good.
That's not what the heron does. When you
It
play your first
costs-
card each turn, if I'm at a battlefield, your next
Yeah.
card costs 2 energy and 2 power less.
Yeah, you rotted it. So if you play it on a battlefield, you get to have reduce the might of any spell, and it would ready your legend because
Yeah.
it's 7 might and above. So you have access to 4 might that turn. So you have access to play Siphon Strikes. You have access to play Defy, Disciplines, other things to
You have
just help
access
you.
to 7 energy and 2 power after you play the heron.
Yes, but on their turn, you also have access to Discipline and Defy, because it
Yeah. That's
So you
really
have
strong.
yeah. So you
You
have
can
access
double
to 6
discipline. You can double
Yeah.
discipline.
Yeah, you have access to
On 2
6
runes.
mana in the period of time. You can also play a unit for free. Like, you can play a unit and then have a discipline at backup, like or a defy as backup on their next turn because it's free from the heron. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff here. I actually want to experiment on this deck, but I need to make it a national, so I need to play a real deck.
Yeah.
So
Jose took one look at the over number and was like, I need to play this.
That's
deck.
true.
he's a hot dude. If you had that
Oh!
body, if you had that body, that'd be. If I had that body, I wouldn't make a play.
Heart skill?
No, we're talking about Nasus.
Talking about Nasus here, Kevin.
That's funny.
You got the Nasus over number, bro?
So
That
I don't.
dude,
Yeah.
that guy
I don't. So I think that there's a difference between the deck being like terrible and the deck cards not like synergizing, but like I feel much the same way about Nasus that I kind of do about Jayce, insofar as like the legends are just terrible, or the chosen champion,
Yeah.
they're just terrible.
Yeah.
They're just
Nah.
terrible.
Yeah.
The chosen
It's just
champions, yeah.
terrible. All right. So where do we have Nasus? I have Nasus in D for dog.
Dude, are
No,
you
I don't know-
able?
I don't know
Are you
about that.
able not to play with a champion? That
I
possibility.
don't
No,
think
you
so.
have to.
No, you
I
have
mean,
to-
you
you have to
always
play a
want
champ.
one. You always
No, you
want
don't. I'd rather have an extra card draw.
Oh, that's
one. Okay, well, this isn't pre-riff.
Yeah.
All right.
but-
Where we
Oh,
at for
got
Nasus?
it. That's what I was asking.
Where are we at for Nasus?
I think it's like a C tier deck. I think it's playable. I don't think it's as bad as like Iron was release day.
Yeah. You have access to big units that can do stuff eventually.
You can also play early game with this deck to get to those units. So you're it's not like you lose immediately, I guess. But yeah, it's like a C tier deck.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Renekton. So Renekton, red, orange, reaction.
Overrated. Overrated.
Okay, reaction 2 power and exhaust, add 2 energy. Dominus, signature spell. 4 energy action. This turn, double units might and give it for 2 energy, ready me. You can do that as many times as you want. Red Renekton, 6 energy, 6 might. Accelerate for 1 in a red when I attack. If you control 4 or fewer runes, deal 2 to all enemy units here. And then orange Renekton, 5 energy, 4 might. Ooh! 1 energy, repeatable, give me +1 this turn. And when my might becomes 10 or more, empower me. I become empowered if I'm not already. Empowered, I have deflect and ganking. I am very low on this legend after testing.
You said what?
He's very
I'm
low
low
on
I'm low on this legend after testing. I think that like you basically are always going to use like I don't know, it depends because we haven't seen all the deck lists that people have cooked up yet, right? But
Yeah.
like I really feel like this is like a pretty linear what is the biggest unit that I can play on each of my turns? I'm just going to do that and then you're just going to get blown out by like single target removal because you're only going to be playing one thing a turn. And I think the deck's bad. I think that the red Renekton is like okay. I think orange Renekton is literally unplayable. Like worst card I've seen in like a long time. That being said,
pretty bad.
you can punch first. You can't even punch first and empower it, right? Because it's only at 4, right?
Yeah.
Like it's so like you have to figure out like a different way to empower it. I feel like if you can. So the thing about orange Renekton is if you can figure out a way to get it with like cleave or like punch first, cool. Because like obviously giving something deflect and ganking is like fine, but it's still a 4 might unit. That's terrible. That's terrible. You know, if it doesn't get any extra might when it's in power, I don't know. I think that in a world where everybody thinks that they can't play big units because those big units are just going to get star-crossed, I think that Renekton's pulling up to the Starcraft factory with big units, and it's just going to have a really bad time. Let me know if you guys feel otherwise.
He's the worst Darius.
Kevin's deep in thought.
So it says when my might becomes 10 or more, empower me. It doesn't
It
de-empower.
stays empowered. Yes, it stays
empowered. I actually think that the orange is what you want to play into.
So if
It's
you can
not the
figure out ways to empower it with again stuff like cleave and punch first, cool.
Its own
But at the end of the
ability.
day,
Give me +1
there's
this
no way
turn.
you're pumping 6 energy. So it needs to be supplemented, right? Because think about it. If you pay 1 energy, you can give it 1 might. Or you could pay 1 energy and give it 3 might with
cleave.
Right?
Like this action speed, can you do it like in the middle of a fight?
No, this is slow speed. This is slow speed. But if you pump it up to 7 and then you run in with a cleave, it becomes a 10, it becomes empowered.
Yeah. I don't think it's
But at the end of the day, even after it's empowered, I think that you are going to need to put gear on this or something. Because having a 4 might unit with deflect and ganking doesn't really do a lot.
Yeah.
It's 4 might.
I mean,
Myrelia beats it with just going ready.
Just moving in.
Yeah.
So I agree that I actually think that orange has potential if you can figure out a way to cheat the 10, but it's 4 might. That's bad.
I don't know. I just want to say that I think that this deck is very interesting because you have so much explosive power, and if you use like seals and stuff, like I think there's a lot of potential with this deck.
No card draw.
I think that the deck isn't good. Sorry, the skill cap of the deck isn't high, but the skill cap of building the deck is very high. So if someone can crack the code on this deck, I think it's gonna be really good. But I think the work on this deck isn't being done in the game. It's gonna be done outside of the game.
I will say, and add to his point, hey man, Rengar almost won. So and a world color combination, and it's super explosive. And people are not going to expect this deck and what it can just slop out, or what can it do with 2 extra might. So I do think it's more playable than you make it out to be. Don't be wrong, it is a worse Rengar if you compare it that way. Like, in the sense, like, I'd rather have Rengar's ability consistently than burn all my runes and not have seals and not play seals because lack card draw. It's not a problem with that, but it's still producing a lot of might. It has red and orange, and that has punch first and cleaves, and that's good enough sometimes. So a lot of decks can't handle big fat units. I think that this will produce big fat units. If you play this turn 4, like tap turn 4, burn 2, play a Rune Runner into a non-purple deck, like what do they do?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think it's polarizing. I think that there's going to be some decks that like cannot beat what this deck does, and then other decks where like I could beat this in my sleep. Right? If I make you discard your stuff, you have no recursion. Like I think you're just screwed. Right? So, and also the thing is like you're burning power to get energy, but a lot of really big units have power costs.
Yeah.
Right? So now you're kind of doubled up on like de-ramping. Right? If you play like a red volley bear or something, it still costs 2 power. So like, I don't know.
All right,
I
let's
think
summarize.
there's actually
Summarize.
a
We're
pretty
spending
high.
too much time.
Yeah, I give it a C for Croc.
C
I
for
like
Croc.
that. I like that. I
I,
like that.
I like that too. C for
Nice. C for
all right,
Croc. I
Good.
like
C
that.
for Croc. Fair.
Okay. All right. Moving on. We got Shen. I'm gonna give the floor back to Hydra for this one.
Bro, hold on. Let me write the time. Give me
S
one
for
second.
Shen?
Yeah, Shen.
Is this an
S for Shen? No, this is not. an
S for Shen?
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
don't know about
I'm
that.
kidding.
I don't know
S
about
for
that.
Shen? All right, Hydra.
But-
Let's talk through it. Let's talk
Yeah,
through
let's
it.
talk through it.
Shen
Okay, no.
tier.
Legend ability, so give a friendly unit, tank this turn. It's an action. Overall, I think it's actually very playable, in my opinion.
Yes, yes.
I think combined
With
with
the
like
pits.
with the dash, yeah, of course that with the poses I wanted to do earlier, but yeah, even combined with the shadow dash and both of the Shens, really the score a point and the draw a card from, I think you might play both of them. It's hard to say though. I think you have to utilize it when when you have both units or you have 1 year an extra unit. Because both of them are pretty mighty, obviously. So 6 and 7, it's kind of hard to, I knew it. It's kind of hard to get over it at certain points, especially if that's their only unit. And then you can activate what do you call it? Their effects, right? So you can draw 1, score 1 point, whatever the case it is. I haven't tested the deck, but I think this is easily like a low A kind of deck, in my opinion.
Okay. So everybody was dogging on Shen, but like the fact of the matter is this is the first green-yellow deck that like doesn't shoehorn you into the most unplayable garbage you've ever seen in your entire life. Right? Like Ivern, shoehorn.
Yeah.
Leona, shoehorn. Right? Azir, shoehorn. Shen, Shenhorn. Right? Like you could play like green-yellow slop. Right? And like it's, I don't know, tank. There's some really good green units that don't have tank.
Yeah.
Right? Like think about slapping tank on like a stalwart Poro, right? Like that's gonna mess with combat like crazy, right? Like I think that, I don't know if you play more than one copy of either of the chosen champions, and then you just kind of hope to trigger it once, maybe, right? Like, right? I don't think that you go like crazy on, because I think that the 2 per plan is like actually like you don't really care about that, and if it happens, it happens, and then you're happy. Right? But I don't think you play for that. But like, I just think that like good green, yellow, that's good, man. You got Defy, right? You got Call the Weak. You could generate some of your like tokens. Like think about it. You play an Academy Manufacturer. You have an Academy Manufacturer and a token on the battlefield. You give the token tank. Now all of a sudden they can't trade into the Manufacturer with like a 2-drop. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that this deck's a lot better than people are giving it credit for.
To back you up a little bit, I still hate the deck. But I actually do think a control package would actually matter a lot. I think you have access to Double Charm, the signature spell. I don't know if people are dogging it. It's a charm that you can play later anytime to kill a unit. And you have access to 3 of them. Yes, it costs 1 more, but ultimately you're going to drag a unit, that unit's probably going to die. And obviously, anytime if you do lose that combat, it's over. Yeah, but charm is slow. Who cares? Yeah,
no, I said it has flow.
Yeah. It does have flow. So I have the ability to kill a unit in the future.
And maybe you go Giga Control, token generation, something, and once you've kind of run them out of resources, you slap a yellow Shen down, you start accruing those points because you can control the battlefield. I don't know, right? It depends on how you build it. Did you fart or something, Stardust? What is that face? What is that face?
I'm just confused. I'm listening to everything, and I'm just still like.
So this is, to be
slow,
fair,
bro.
this is all relative to how badly everybody dogged on Shen when it was first released.
Yeah, but I
Do
mean,
you like the signature spell? Do you think the signature spell is good? I think that's
I
my
don't think it's
filter.
good because you wouldn't play both charm and that.
But
So
is
I
this a
mean,
better charm?
it is.
I don't think it's a better charm.
It's charm without that. I think it is because you have access
Because
to
I don't
features.
think I don't
It
think
may-
that, I don't
I
think that
don't-
you
I
play.
don't know if it's
I don't think
better.
that you play into the 2-person thing. That's my only point.
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't think that you
irrelevant.
play
You
into
don't,
that.
you don't need to. All you have to do is like, oh, here, charm. That's all.
No,
it is.
charm's better. Charm's better because you can move people off battlefields and you can conquer.
That is true. I think charm is a
There's
little
duality. There's a
more
duality. Yeah.
versatile.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I don't, but also like don't get me wrong, these are all stat sticks. So like 5 cost, 6 might, 6 cost, 7 might with shield. Like these are all stat sticks, but it's so slow. Like it's pretty much it. Like you threaten the extra draw, you threaten an extra point. Like it's
What
I
about,
think
what
that's
about the color
superfluous.
combination? What
That's
about the color
superfluous.
combination? What about the color
the
combination?
color
Okay.
combination is okay. I don't think you'll ever use Coal of the Week because you're using large might units.
No. But like
You don't have
like,
to. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Right, I mean you have Hidden Blade,
Yo,
but
like deadass. Like think about it. Like I don't know. Maybe you end up playing like Vanguard Armory, right? Because
Wait.
then
How did the Imperial Decree work? Out of curiosity, with this,
what do you mean?
if you Imperial with the unit with tank and can't you dissipate the amount of damage, or how does that work?
No,
Any
so
way
they
that would
divided
trigger-
it.
hold on. With the
So-
elder change,
No,
you can
yeah,
assign 1
Elder-
point of damage and then move forward. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
So
I mean that
it-
would be
essentially-
against Shen's.
Essentially, if you don't understand still, it's
That's
basically
the other thing.
hold on.
You could Bellows Breath
Well,
with Elder Dragon
essentially
and Base.
everything what it does is it sets all health to 1. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it does. Every
Yeah.
Imperial Decree, Elder, it sets health to 1.
Yeah.
So think of it
I-
that way. Tank, it has tank, but it has 1 health.
I think you use the chosen champions just later when like you're
Yeah.
probably safe and
Yeah.
fine and it's just an upside. You don't play into the whole 2 per thing and you just run green yellow slop with honestly a pretty good comeback trick because like think about how many times purple like the reason that purple Vex isn't as good as people thought it was because it just dies at a battlefield. Right? Obviously, you can't play Purple Vex in this deck, but the point is, if you have the ability to protect a unit with tank, that is huge. That is so big, and I do genuinely think it's a much like stronger ability than people are giving it credit for. If you just ignore the whole 2 people at a battlefield thing. So I have S for Shen.
Oh,
No. I'm just playing.
I
I think he's like a B tier deck.
Yeah,
I think he's like a B tier deck. All
Okay.
right.
but
Speaking
I
of,
was actually gonna go. I was gonna say fuck it, S for Shen, but
no. I haven't met a B. I haven't met a B for Binja. So all right. Zed.
Oh, Zed A solid A. He's
Z for Zed, Z for Z drill.
yeah, Z, maybe Z tier. I'll read up. What does it say? It's when I banish a card, there's legend ability. When you banish a card from your own, empower me. Action, disempower me, discard 1, then draw the signature spell. Burn 3. Look at the top of your card in your deck, put them in the trash. Play 0 shadow clone unit token. When I attack, you may banish a unit from the trash, and if you do, give me Assault 3. Has flow. For 1 power.
It's assault 4.
Yeah,
Is it assault
yeah.
3?
Assault 4. Assault 4.
No, it's assault 4. It's assault
It's
4.
the
Okay.
dyslexia hitting.
Hey, that would be way worse.
Yeah. Sorry. And Zed, the 2 units are red. 4 for burn 1. When you discard 1 unit, additional cost, play me. When you play me with the additional cost, you play a zero clone unit token. That same ability has Assault 4. You can banish a unit, and it gets Assault 4. And the other purple one is for 5. When I conquer, you play a 0 clone unit at your base. When I attack, again, Assault 4. You can banish a unit for Assault 4. Action speed. 1 purple, burn 1. Pay 1 energy, burn 1 purple. Move me and the shadow clone you control to each other's locations. And what do I feel about this unit? I actually think it's a really solid busted deck. I think it's an A tier deck. I think you're going to see it. I think it has a lot of combat tricks. I think the ability to create clone units, aka bodies in the back line that can assault for 4, which are essentially you're paying. Even if you play the red Zed, you're creating up to 8 might worth of stats in the back line. And if you conquer with purple, the purple one, you have the ability to play you feel like you're in danger. They're beating your fight might. Purple unit, move back. You don't cry. I don't know. It has a lot of potential. But anyways, that's just me. I'll give this to Hydra. But he is the Zed lover.
We'll,
Zed.
we'll go around the room first, you know. So
Okay.
yeah.
Then we hype him up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What about Stardust?
I think it's okay. I think it's on the same tier as Mel. It has definitely really good attributes to it. The color combination.
This is such
You know-
a stacked color combination.
Yeah, it is good.
Why are
but
you
I'm
playing
thinking,
Zed?
how does it compare to like?
I'd rather
Kennen
play
and
Draven and draw
Draven?
Connor. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, you can only do it once per turn. I mean, it cycles. This actually might not be bad. I'm gonna
We
give it
got
a
him.
B.
We got him.
I give it a B. I give it a B. I think that I don't know. We'll see. I give it a B.
okay.
What do you like about it?
I actually think you're right in terms of like the stat of the red is really good. Yeah, that's 8 off the bat, right? That's
No,
really
Red's
good.
crazy. Red's crazy.
Red is
Like,
really
that is your
good.
chosen unit. Like,
And then
you're double
here's the-
conquering the next turn.
Yeah. Okay. And then here's the thing with the legend. You play the legend, and it works like you discard then draw. So if you're out of cards in hand, then you just draw for free. Or if you're not out of cards in hand, you discard stuff like flow, and then you still get the value. It's not bad. It's not bad. And then burn 3. Like you could play it kind of like the Kennen deck is, but I feel like Kennen is good because you can lower the flow cost with the actual legend or the champion or the unit, as opposed to Deathmark where you burn 3 and you can't, like, you don't have, I don't know, you don't have a consistent way to bring Kennen now. I think it's a little worse than Kennen, but if Kennen is S+++,
yeah,
by default this might be pretty good.
question.
So actually, you know what? I talked myself into. I think.
What do you mean? I did. Wait.
Okay, I give it an A. I give it an A.
The legend. So it's a question about the legend. Yeah, you can use some power, right? You don't have to use the ability instantly, right? You can just store the
whenever you
discard.
want.
It just
Yeah,
stays
whenever.
empowered.
It's
Whenever
action
you
too.
want.
It's action too.
Okay, that's it.
Not bad.
That's my question.
Okay, so I think that the red Zed is really good. I think that's going to be what you're playing. My only concern, and I've played against this deck a little bit online. I haven't built it, but like my only concern with this deck is the chosen champion and the and the signature spell and even the legend. They're almost a little too correlated for me in a way that I don't really like. Insofar as like I feel like you have to play 3 death marks, like you have to play 3 death marks,
Sure.
because you want the shadow clones. And like you might end up needing to play multiple copies of your chosen champion, and like I don't know how often
Do you?
you're gonna want to. Well,
I mean, you have merchant. You have merchant. You have the other
so
flow
merchant.
card.
So point is, merchant doesn't empower his. Merchant doesn't empower.
Yeah,
So you either have to
I'm
go
talking
all
about-
in on shadow clones,
Yeah.
or you have to go all in on flow in order to use the legend. I really, my point is, I hate legends that have to be empowered and then get disempowered when you use it. I just think it's way too inconsistent, personally.
Yeah, then this card would be the most busted ability probably in a long
No,
No,
time.
I'm
use
not
it
saying
anytime.
I'm not saying that would be like what they would change it to. I'm saying I'm low on legends that become disempowered when you use it and you need to empower again. I think the Zed is the easiest legend to empower because you're not empowering other things, you're just playing flow cards. But like I think that what I'm very curious about is how heavy into like what's your main enabler for empowering the legend, right?
It's the unit. It's the shadow clones. Those are your empowerment.
So if the main thing to empower is the shadow clones, then you're going to need to play 3 signature spells and probably multiple copies of your chosen champion.
No, I don't
in
think
your
so.
deck.
I think you're trying to protect. I think you try to protect those units. Well, it depends. I think. Well, I think if you go
Because
second.
if you're playing the red one, you only get one. You only get one, right? So if it dies, which honestly I think these things will. Sure, you conquer for 4, then it's a 0 might. Like Like, I think that if you want to consistently empower your legend and you're going to do that through shadow clones, you're going to need to be playing like an entire shadow clone package. And I just don't know how good that is.
Yeah, but isn't
That's my only
then it cards like perfect execution, like moving abilities, and you have right the wins. Like I don't know, that's gonna be. You have
I don't know.
Genji?
I need to
know.
test it. My only thing is that's all that I don't like. I feel like you're gonna be not shoehorned, but like if you go really heavy on the shadow clone, that makes me like wary. That's all. Hydra.
Okay,
This
Hydra,
is your
okay.
boy. This is your boy.
This is my S tier deck. All right. No, I guess it sounds like a hot take, but I prefer purple Zed over red
Oh.
Zed.
Oh, I like purple. I like purple too.
I like purple
Okay.
more.
I think they're both good.
Interesting.
Because
Okay.
I need to have the ability to create more shadow clones, 100%. And I think you're using
Yeah,
them,
exactly.
and so and I think the way like at least that you can use them, like okay, you attack and then use the action at certain points. You know, not every combat's gonna go that way, obviously. But I think there's a lot more things you can do with the shadow clones, even if you only get like 2 or 3 of them. You can still like I've gotten them to like 12 might just from ride the wind or moving them around. I think there's plenty of cards. Also, you can use combat tricks, so like switcheroo, do it from hand, do it from hidden, whatever the case it is, where you hope that you can protect it. But I think this is like again, this is kind of like Kha'Zix, whereas that one was XP, this is more of playing around your shadow clones and like using all those tricks. But I think it's a strong deck for sure. And then like I don't know, I don't think I would ever play Red Zed. I think that's my opinion for that one.
Huh?
I just don't like it. I don't like it.
Genuinely though, I just feel like I look at Zed and I'm like, why don't I just play Draven?
Correct. You're not wrong. Draven is stronger. I'm not gonna disagree.
Like, why do
Wait.
not?
I mean, I think the point that you play it, like if you play Draven like a Zed deck, not like an Aurelia deck, and you play the purple package, you keep conquering, moving. High base is pretty strong. Most units can't handle that. You play longswords, you have switcheroos, you have rebukes. You can consistently make those tokens, and you can just your Zed's has problems. You flash them out, or you play purple. You play that purple ability that he has to move back to base. Oh no, this guy's sticky.
Yeah.
I think I'll say this. I think red is like a maybe red first game. Then you have purple at the sideboard.
I can see
that.
around.
He goes second.
Nah.
But again, you're playing two different strategies. Are you playing like a more tempo based, or you're playing protect? The
I just
king,
think that the engine is too fragile, personally.
Yeah, but I really is too. But I really had the same. Your problem is like
You have a lot
play
more
Aurel-
protection in Aurelia. She has deflect, you have counterspell, you have defy, you have GA. Like, it's Zed's like way more fragile because like if your Zed dies and your shadow clones are dead, you're only relying on flow cards.
Yeah, but you have flash.
I don't know. I play more mid range. I'm not gonna lie to you. So
Okay.
I don't like flow in Zed. I feel like I don't know. I think at that point you're playing it like more so the miracle that
If you don't
people
like
are trying to play
if you
it.
don't like flow and Zed, you literally have to play like 6 copies of or like
Hey,
3
exactly.
copies of each chosen
So,
champ. Like
you-
you've
Yeah,
got
but you
9
have stacked.
cards.
But you have access stacked deck, so you can see those cards more consistently.
There's a lot of options. There's a lot of options.
All right,
But,
sorry, you have access to 9 cards.
I'm not a fan of flow or red Zed as of now.
Well, you like perfect execution. That has to be a good. Ready a unit, give
Perfect
it assault
execution?
3. Yeah, get ready a unit, give it assault 3. Flow, pay 3. Do the same thing again.
Yeah, so for 3 energy and 1 red, ready a unit, give it assault 3 this turn, and you can flow for 3 energy and 1 red.
Yeah, like that's a great card.
That's a great card. But I don't know. My main concern is that the engine's too fragile in Zed. That's all.
I can see
All
it.
right.
I can see it. But
Z for Zed.
No, Z for the zillions of dollars you're gonna get if you get
that's right.
best of.
That's right.
Besto.
No, I think
And
it's
for
an A tier.
Ninja?
I think it's an A tier for sure though.
I've got this at B.
Okay, wrong take. A is correct.
A for a ninja.
Yeah, I'm Ninja.
Perfect.
What about you, Mr. Stardust? What's your last card? The final say? Oh, disappearing.
I think final say. I think that the engine does seem a little fragile, but the thing is, you get so much value. Like you only need, like we're not going 30 turns. We're only going X amount of turns, right? Like with what we have now, I think that you gain enough tempo and enough things that, like, it is fragile and you won't go 10 plus turns, but I think you win before then, and I think it's good enough to win before then.
Yeah, wait, actually, yeah, because sorry, talking about that, let's say you conquer, you go to the other battlefield, it holds, probably naturally holds. They're not going to go into the battlefield. Your turn 2, you play Zed, the red Zed. You have 2 units that then you can attempt to double conquer with cleaves. I don't know. Okay,
yeah,
sorry, I'm just thinking.
that's eight might. That's 8 might. Like you're always conquering. The only thing is, like, how does this deck hold? Right? I don't know.
Yes.
You know,
There's
I don't
Flash.
know.
He flashed out, right? He flashed
Also,
out?
here's right. Yeah, I mean, but how many flash? I don't know. I personally don't know. I think Ride the Wind will be used more than
Yeah.
Flash in
Yeah.
the deck.
It
here's
has
the
to be. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I have a question. So,
Yeah.
when we had a problem with Red Draven, it's because we had access to a 4 cost that's so insane, and
Yeah.
it was 6 might, right? Because you guys were like, "Oh, it's 6 might,"
And we were right
Okay, now
because
we
they
got- now we
banned
got
it.
8 but now what? We got 8 might.
Here's the
And-
draw card. Here's the draw
Doesn't
consistent
draw
one.
card. Doesn't draw
Yeah.
card. Also
Or
doesn't
make
hold.
treasure.
Doesn't hold on.
Bad
It
comparison.
doesn't hold on. It doesn't draw the card, but here's the thing. It does draw a card because when you attack, you banish something and then you draw
Nah,
a
it
card.
cycles a card.
It cycles a card,
Doesn't
but
draw.
here's the thing. But here's the thing with cycling a card, and I think I know this better than anyone because I play that deck, right? When you cycle a card, you're dumping most likely something that you're not gonna like. If you have something, a merchant or whatever that you're already not using, you're essentially gaining.
Card selection is basically as good as card draw in Riftbound because you have a
And-
limited mana system. Yes,
and one
that is a
that is
valid
true.
point.
But here's the other thing. You don't have to use it immediately. So you don't have to dump something you don't like. You can dump something that's like trash in your hand later. So you don't have to do it right now. So I mean, all I'm saying is that I think there's value in the deck. I think it's good. The color combination's good. There's potential. I think with what you guys said for 8 might, I mean, then that's good, right?
It is good. It is good.
Pretty good.
Okay.
My-
That's the thing.
Yeah, my biggest point is like shadow clones are not expendable. Like, I don't think that you can think of these as expendable tokens because they just power the engine. Just a
Yeah,
bit
but
too much.
they're Star-Crossed and Chicharoo targets, though, and that's all you need, baby. You're playing a tempo game. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They can be whatever they need to be. But like Switcheroo and Star-Cross being the meta, and you put a unit that can beat my Zed, I Star-Cross it, you cry.
Wait a minute. Switcheroo?
Yeah,
Wait,
Switcheroo.
switcheroo after combat win with
No.
the 0 might unit?
Yeah.
No, it
Hold
doesn't work
on.
like that.
What?
Hold
No.
on.
I'm saying like let you go into a battlefield.
Switcheroo lets the 0 might unit hold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this deck that's what we were asking. How does this deck hold? Now he
Yeah.
has the answer.
Star-Cross Switcheroo. Yeah. No. Garbage.
There's a lot of tricks. There's a lot of combat tricks.
Yeah.
Good. I
Listen,
think it's good. I think this deck is good.
Look, this is how I envision the deck. With that idea, 3 switcheroos. You play 3 not traveling merchant. You play 3. What is that gold generating thing?
Oh, the treasure
Oh
hunter?
yeah. Yeah.
Treasure
Yeah, so you
hunter.
play 3 of those. So switcheroo always gets value, right, off of 6 units, right? Because the 0 might and the 1 might, you always win combat, and then you always with that gold you pay for that red Zed with that gold.
Yeah.
Because turn 2, then turn 4, right? Actually, no, you can't. No, you can't. Because you have to move first. No, so you can't do that. But I mean, you still get gold generation, and the switcheroo works.
Yeah, you play like hidden. You play Tide Trader, Traveling Merchant. You play this, and you have the ability.
Of
Oh no,
course.
if you go
You
purple,
always
there's a lot of
do.
stuff. There's a lot of wacky stuff.
I
I
can
don't
see
know,
it. I can see it. We already have.
I think that the deck is good, but like we'll see if there's enough of a reason to play it over Draven because that's where I just get stuck. Yes, I do think that card selection is just as good as card draw, but if I still had to pick in a vacuum, I would still pick card draw. Right? Like
The only thing that this has over Draven is that its champ slot is kind of void right now. Like the Draven champ slot kind of hinders the deck because it's not
Yes.
as consistent now.
yes, I agree.
That's the only thing it has. Maybe it makes a difference. Maybe it doesn't. I haven't tried this deck enough to make a judgment, but I think it's on paper. I think it's not bad.
All
I
right.
give it an 8.
So
Correct take.
that takes us to the end. We will put a image of our final rankings up on the screen after, like, we'll have it up now, but we'll just do some closing thoughts, go around in the circle, starting with you, Hydra. What do you feel about Vendetta? And like any closing comments on what we're seeing in the set?
Vendetta, it's gonna be a fun set. I think the new mechanics, so this empowering and flow and burn are they're kind of cool. I guess they're kind of neat. But I like the most about the set that I want to see in action is gonna be the rival cards. So like the ones that target a specific realm, I guess you could say.
Yeah, we have a bet about that I just want to pull up.
Okay,
I think that these cards are terrible.
Okay.
Stardust think that these cards are good.
So
We have a standing bet that
We have terrible takes. Like, let me.
We have a standing bet that the one that says -5 might on a body unit will never top 8 because I don't think it ever will.
So
And to be
yeah.
fair, I have already lost a bet to Stardust, so there's potential that I lose this as well. But I think those cards are terrible. But sorry, finish.
You think the green one's bad? That's
So
crazy.
I like it
I think they're all
thematically.
bad.
I think if you were ever gonna put these cards, they're always gonna be side deck, just because you don't want them in your.
We
main
got
deck.
10 slots now.
Yeah, exactly. So they're always gonna be side deck option. Just
My side deck is just gonna be one of like 3 of each of them, right? Like it's just like whatever I can play, right? Like
So, but yeah, I don't know. It's like a cool part of the like rival theme that we got going on with Vendetta. So I want to see how often they're used and like how often maybe like they win a game or they actually make a difference. So I don't know. It's like the unique part of the set that I really like. And also I can't wait to pull my my new Ari to sell for $3,000.
Oh, yeah.
So
right.
yeah. But that's it. I'll pass it on.
I'll join. Actually, I think this Vendetta card's actually good point. They're actually really powerful. Magic has like effects like this, like white.
And they stopped printing them.
Yeah, because they're broken.
And bad for the game. And bad
Yeah,
for the
they're
game.
toxic. I agree, but that means they're very strong. I think red for me. I'm a really a player, but I think killing red cards for 4 for free is busted. I really struggle with a lot of red wide boards, and there's a lot of red popular units. Okay, Rek'Sai can beat the crap out of me because of the unit swap they do. I think increasing. Oh no, it's powerful. Fundamentally, I think most decks that are S+ tier right now are going to get 0 support. Realistically, almost every card that was printed is not usable by the current decks. Obviously, Draven got key pieces, like 1 key piece, and that's all it needs. What other card does it get from this? Irelia, what other card did they get from this? Like, I get 1 card, which is the one that like you can't get targeted by units.
Shroud.
Or Shroud. It
Yeah,
can't
something
be
like
targeted by abilities or spells. Like,
isn't even that good, I don't think.
okay, well, you're not getting Starcross, so yeah, you're the Starcross, you're the abuser, okay?
Whatever.
So, or rebuked, or whatever, or other combat.
I cast Starcrossed in response to you casting Shroud, right?
Yeah, but I defy it, but I can defy that. But I'm just saying,
You're gonna defy it anyway. What are you talking? Like now you're
Yeah.
down 2 more.
No. The difference is it forces you to do that. It forces you to have an answer. And if you don't have an answer, it's guaranteed. It guarantees me that I can just walk into a battlefield and be fine. And more importantly, it has flow, and that's another target to ready my unit away from a battlefield more instantly. Because you actually, and especially in those type of decks that play buffs, you're out of resources. By the way, how many buffs do you really have in Irelia? You have Defiant Dance, Discipline, and On Guard, and they're cutting 1 on guard already. So you don't, and the equipment gets destroyed, very vulnerable. Anyways, ranty a little bit. But yeah, I think this is the lowest power level that we ever had in a lot of ways, and it's actually healthy for the game. Those hate cards are really are extremely overpowered, and people are underestimating them like significant. Anyways, I'm done. Go to Stardust. Cole.
No, Stardust. Thoughts?
I think the meta is very healthy, and it's indicative of what of this set even before Vendetta, right? And now we have even more things to contest for the meta. I don't think anything's inherently too broken except for 1 or 2 things, but I think it's very good. I think, but I think it's a healthy meta, and I think that I'm actually most excited to see a deck that isn't Aurora that plays big units, right? Before it was like, oh, only way you play big units is Aurora. Now we have Nasus. Now we have Renekton.
Jayce.
No.
Jayce.
Yeah, no, get this guy. No, dude, get this guy. Anyways, yeah, no, I mean, like now you have Meg. Like this deck is fresh. It's healthy. Like the meta's healthy. Feels like I don't know. It's a good. It's gonna be very interesting, especially now that we have bigger tournaments coming up. We have the actual regionals, and then now we have nationals coming up. So yeah, I mean, all these are with all these fresh decks. Like I don't know. It's gonna be very, very interesting going into all those events.
A question for you. Do you think flow is a healthy mechanic? You think it's good?
I
Or the
think so. I
empowerment?
think
What do you feel about the mechanics out of curiosity?
for the well, so remember back then when like a couple of podcasts ago where we were talking about as of right now, and if you can discard all your opponent's cards and everything on board, like the game's over, right? You have officially controlled the game enough to play. But now we have you discarded your whole hand, sure. We still got stuff in the trash. So I think I think we all saw something like this coming. We just don't know in what form. And I guess in this form, they balanced it where the good cards are like really expensive in the trash. And then to play from hand, so discarding isn't as busted. So I think it is fair. I think it's good. I think
It's appropriately costed, and there's no
I
action or
think
reaction
so.
speed
I
flow
think so.
cards.
I
So
think, and there's no reaction exactly.
yeah, exactly. I think that this set is weak as hell and bad, and I think that we're gonna see a bunch of people play Kennen in the same way that they played LeBlanc, and then either because there's no winning with Kennen, right? Either it's the most broken deck in the world and they ban it, or it's not the most broken deck in the world and
Yes.
then nobody plays it because it sucks, right? So like Kennen is like a non-factor for me. I think that Jayce is
Kennen's
S tier,
disgusting.
but truthfully, I think that the problem with depowering stuff in trading card games is people are just like I think that the first whatever you're obviously going to have like best of chasers whatever, and I think that the only thing that this set has going for it is you can no longer get a best of card for a set one or a proving ground, because I think that the set is bad and really low powered, and if you want to depower trading card games it takes a lot longer and you need to use rotation. So I think that we're going to see like maybe some like middling performances out of everything but Jayce, and then like everybody's going to go back to playing Spirit Forge Legends. Like that's my take. That's my take.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let us know what you
Let
think.
us know what you guys think in the comments,
Yep.
and we will see you all next week.
Don't be him. Agree with my takes. I'm the future.
All right.